bloated, but they can't actually feed people. That's wild. That's ludicrous. It's absolutely insane. Anyway, we're going to talk about it. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. As we get in, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin to boost the live. Push us out to the FYP. Tap the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 10,000 likes. 10,000 likes, please. I'm going to keep resetting the daily gift goal to the little 1 cent gift goal. Right now, it's going to be the pink heart puffs. If we can knock those out a couple of times, that'll help boost the live as well. And we're going to go ahead and get it started. You guys know how we do. Let's kick it off.
You stepped in the box. Now you're in the ring. Ain't no hugs here. You better take your best swing. Mike Hot, who wanna step in the flame? This ain't a debate, this a mind game. Facts type lies, get left in chain. One wrong word, get slapped out your name. This ain't TikTok T, this a war zone talk. No script, no filter, no safe walk. Bring stats to get scrambled like a glitch. I got fire in my mouth like I came from
Happy Friday, guys.
Step in if you dare. Truth hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield.
Nope.
Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. I don't care what you claim or your background. Facts only, if not, get clapped down. Whether you're left or right or you don't even vote. If your logic is weak, I'll sink your boat. You talk slick, but you ain't got source. Just vibes, that ain't power, that's force. I'm the test, the trap, the trip, the call. You slip once, I'm snatching it all. Step in if you dare. Hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. Step in if you dare. You hit hard like a punch in the air. Ain't no rules, no plan, no script. One wrong move, get cooked real quick. No cap, no shield. Better know your stuff or you get revealed. Step in, don't you wanna? Sparring with Santana. Yeah, this ain't a safe place.
It is not.
This is flame.
It absolutely is.
You wanna sparring with Santana.
Guys, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana. One-on-one debates with Trump supporters or anyone that disagrees with anything on the background. I am Santana, and guys, only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. If you're over on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and you would like to join the debate, you do not have to leave where you are. All you got to do is click that link. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. That's all you got to do. With that being said, we're going to get started here. And the biggest thing so there's a lot that happened over the last 24 hours, right? And we understand the amount of pressure this Trump administration is under because they have continued to do a bunch of nothing. Well, I take that back. They've been absolutely harmful. The Trump administration has been detrimental to the American people as a whole, and it's starting to show. It's literally starting to show. But the way that they're going about actually doing certain things is the most interesting part about all of this, right? The thing that literally just broke right before I went live was the fact that Donald Trump is now actually making that push for that $1.5 trillion military budget. Think about that, guys. Think about that. They are officially trying to increase the military budget for 2027 to $1.5 trillion. but we don't have money for SNAP benefits. We don't have money for universal health care. We don't have money for unhoused veterans. We don't have money to just provide the basic needs of everyday Americans, right? But we got money for war. We damn sure got money for war. And that's the interesting part about all of this for me. Now, speaking of money for war, this is what I'm really talking about. So there's also reports that the hey, thank you for the hey Caroline, thank you for that. This is something that also is at the very best, the most reprehensible shit that I've ever seen in my life. So the House Republicans who are trying to look for additional money to fund ICE and the war, well, they're saying if we have to have money for ICE and war, then we're going to have to make some budget cuts. And guess what budget they want to cut? They're looking at cutting $200 billion from healthcare to help fund ICE and the Iranian war. Again, according to Donald Trump, according to Republicans, war and ICE is more important than your health care. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Now, I will say this. I think some people have taken it personal. I think that at least around the country, people are starting to wake up to who Donald Trump is, what this administration is about, and how they don't care about anyone except themselves. And I say that in the sense of understanding that just because they feel this way now doesn't mean that they'll feel this way forever. Like I understand that they get in their fee-fees, and when they get in their fee-fees, certain stuff happens. But this is what we were looking at the moment. I'm going to share a map with you guys. As you know, Donald Trump's approval rating has been in the toilet. At best, in the toilet. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Hi, brother. I'm Syrian, need help for it, my family. Please, bye.
Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart. It's only one coin. It'll boost the live and it'll push us out to the FYP. Now, like what I was saying, with the actual approval ratings across the country, what we've seen is Donald Trump's approval ratings are in the toilet. And everyone is with it. These are his current approval ratings. Across the country, this is where he's below 50% in approval ratings. Right? He's below water in every single state that's in blue. With that being said, there's some bigger consequences that we have to make sure that you guys understand. So I know it's easy to look at this map, and I know it's easy to say, oh, you know, in approval ratings, oh, they're polls, the polls lie, da 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 da. That's what some of the MAGA cultists, the MAGA loyalists, the ones that are so indoctrinated that they don't actually engage in reality. They're just going to say, well, you guys, you told us the poll said this and the poll. There we go. That's the morning TikTok glitch. Anyway, as I was saying, the polls never said that Kamala Harris was going to win. The polls said that Kamala Harris had a better chance of winning than Joseph Robinette Biden, right? That's what the poll said. Now, the reason why I bring this up and the reason why this is super important is because what this means. So I want you guys to take a look at this map, and there's a couple of things I want to make sure that you know. And it's the implications of Donald Trump's ratings and what they actually mean for the midterms and the Republicans. It's something super important to actually keep in mind. Actually, we'll get back to this in just a moment.
Hello, Mr.
Santana. Did he drop already? Okay. Wait, why was he blocked? Okay. Mods, please remember, like we only block people if they're like being overly harmful in the comments or whatever. We don't just block people right off the bat. Like we have to have a reason to make sure we're blocking them. So just be aware of that. Anyway, I'll get back to what I was saying. When you take a look at this map, there's a couple of things that are in play when it comes to the implications of what this means for Trump, right? So, a couple of things that I want to call out. So far, there's been 36 House GOP members who are retiring. 36. You're being weird. You said, show us the hair. For what? You guys are fucking weird. Come up here and debate me, asshat. 36 GOP members, in which this is a record so far, right? Now, Donald Trump approval rating is currently under 40%. These are just the states where they're under 50%, right? But Donald Trump's approval rating is under 40%. Historically speaking, anytime that there's a midterm election and the president's ratings are under 50%, there's been an average of 34 seats lost. Think about that. In the House, they lose an average of 34 seats. The smallest loss when it comes to this actual equation is a 9-seat loss. Now, keep in mind, the current split in the House is the Republican hold the House 217 seats to 214 seats. Oh, Epic Exposure said, oh, Epic Exposure, why are you crying in the comments? Here, I'm going to come up here and send you a request. Come up here and talk to me. I don't understand why you thought you were going to be able to yip yap in the chat. Like, get up here. You say, you think people want more shines in their state? Get up here. I see, like they love running their mouths in a comment, but get super scared as soon as they get a request. I just noticed it. I sent you the request, Bub. Get up here. Don't deny my request. I just sent it again. Get up here. Epic, you're still watching. Why do you keep denying my request? They turn the request permissions off. You're such a coward. You're such a fucking coward. You were running your mouth in the comments and then you were muted. So now you can't even cry in the comments anymore. And I sent you a request to come up here and say it with your chest, but of course you denied it. And you were so scared that you not only denied the request, but you went into your settings to make sure that people can't even turn it on. Did you switch to another account? I'm muting you on this one too. You switched to another account. Here, I'll give you my real address. How about that? I don't care about your address. Come up here, you coward. I don't care about your address. Get up here in the box. Not you switching to another account. Come see you. Get up here. You guys are such fake tough guys. They're such fake tough guys. And you switch to another account, you weirdo. I'm gonna mute this one as well. How many accounts do you have, you weirdo? Get up here and debate me, you coward. That's weird. This is the third account just to come back to try to keep yapping in the chat instead of actually coming up here to debate me. You guys are such weirdos. Exactly. Anyway, as I was saying, the current split of the House is 217 to 214, right? And the average loss at the midterms, when a president has been under 50%, has been 34 seats. But keep in mind, the smallest has been 9 seats. You said that's a little racist. What's a little racist? Come up here and tell me what's a little racist. What do you mean? What's a little racist? Come up here and tell me. Not him finding another one. You are so weird. I'm muting you again, and I can send you a request. Come up here, you coward. Get up here. This guy is such a weirdo. I sent you another request. If you don't accept the request, I'm going to block you on all of those accounts. If you don't accept the request, I'm just going to block you. You got 5 seconds to. You rejected my request again. You got 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3. Okay. You okay. I'm just gonna block you. I'm gonna go back and block them on all of the accounts that I muted them on as well. So now you can't even hate it from outside of the club. It's so interesting how they're like keyboard warriors. They're so tough in the comments. It's so like, and think about this for half a second. He's like, oh, here's my address. Come and see me. Bro, if someone actually showed up to your address, you would be counting your teeth. Like, it's so weird. You guys are so tough on the internet. It's so interesting how tough on the internet you are. Like, be a fucking adult. God. It's anyway. So the point that I was making is even if somehow this turns out to be one of the smaller swings, the Republicans can't afford to lose 9 seats because they only have a 3-seat majority. This is bad. They only have a 3-seat majority with a record high 36 Republicans retiring. And they only have a 3-seat majority. They're cooked. Can I put the map back up? Yeah. This is the map. And again, this is where his approval rating is under 50%. It's under 50% across the country. Sorry, guys. Let me do one thing here. But that speaks to not only the Republican Party and where they are, but like the trouble that they're actually in. Now, one other thing that we have to take a look at is the net approval on the certain things. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Are you looking for Trump supporters?
Or if you disagree with something on the background, we're only looking for opposition.
Oh, okay. You can drop me down.
Okay, perfect. As only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only 1 coin. It'll boost the live and push us out to the FYP. I'm going to reset the daily gift goal. Also, guys, make sure you hit that follow button. If you look up at the top and you see the word follow, you're not following me. Hit that follow button. We're on our way to 200,000 followers now. All right. Hey, we did 100. Now we got to do 200. Right, chat. Am I right? All right. So make sure you hit that follow button, turn on notifications so you know when I go live. I also apparently it said make like a board, and so I made a board or whatever yesterday. So that's cool. Oh, W's in the chat. W's in the chat for I think it's pronounced Dune, who sent a $20 donation saying for appreciate you for always educating me. Much love to you as well, Dune. Thank you for the 20. W's in the chat for Paige for the 5 saying all the love. You, Parker and Dean, are truly 3 of my favorite people. I'm having a pretty big surgery next week, and you guys are the best distraction. Well, Paige, hopefully your surgery goes amazing. You stay safe and let us know how it goes afterwards, and make it through your surgery. And it's going to be okay. I have a running joke that I've had so many surgeries that I get my next one free. But W's in the chat for Paige. Thank you for that. W's in the chat for Mike for the 2 to say the GOP to the GOP. Bye, Felicia. Exactly. They got nothing, and we're getting them up out the paint. W's in the chat for all the donos, guys. If anyone else likes to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links and link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Again, guys, only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Devin's in chat for Rebecca for the 5 said, just sending some support. Thank you as always. Thank you so much, Rebecca. Massive W's in the chat for Rebecca. So the next thing that I want to show you guys was the net approval rating. So this is really important. So we took a look at where the fact that Donald Trump is underwater in a majority of states across the country. But this is something that we need to be breaking down, which is the reason why. This is the YouGov polling that was completed, and it shows that Donald Trump is underwater on his immigration by negative 25%. Underwater with jobs by 31%, underwater with tariffs by 36%, and underwater with inflation by 47%. So what this is, and what this says, is that all the key indicators, right? All the key, FYI, these are for Republicans. This is for YouGov did this polling Republicans. This isn't a bunch of lefty loonies, a bunch of blue-haired liberals that's saying this. This is a reflection of Republicans and how they think Donald Trump is currently handling each aspect. And they're saying that he's doing really bad when it comes to immigration, jobs, tariffs, and inflation. So yeah. Yep. So the point that I'm trying to make is, and I've been saying this over and over and over and over and over, right? I've been saying, oh, there's a canary in the coal mine. And Republicans don't want to listen. They don't want to hear it. And they say, well, you guys polling, you don't know anything, blah, 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 right? The one thing that I do know is the way that history works and the way that actual data works. All of this says that Trump and the Republicans are screwed. That's what it says. It says Donald Trump and the Republican Party is absolutely screwed. Now, that's not it. Of course, there was a jobs report that came out today, and the jobs report speaks to the fact that unemployment is down, right? The unemployment rate dropped. Now it dropped from 4.7% to 4.3%, which it was only expected to drop to 4.4%. So it did drop a little bit. There was an expectation that there was supposed to be another loss of it was supposed to be another loss of 120. Hold on one second. Where was the prediction? Where's the prediction? Hold on 1 second. Let me get the number. Okay. And so there was an estimated loss, a projection of 25,000 positions in the month of March. And instead of actually losing in the month of March, there was 125,000 jobs gained. You said, what do you mean remove white men from power? Come up here and talk to me about it, Karen. I sent you a request. I'm not answering questions from the comments about the topics on the background. If you want to actually debate, just come up here. Like if you see anything on the background that you disagree with, thank you for the corgi, then just request up. I can't answer comments from the questions. Just to reconfirm, and maybe like this is on me, the point is that we need to end this war. We need to end the war with Iran, and these are the steps that need to be taken in order to end the war with Iran. We need to remove U.S. global presence. We need to cut ties with Israel. We need to ban APEC politicians. We need to remove white men from power, and we need to cut the military budget. If you disagree with any of those things, then get in a box. If you disagree with any of those things, then get in a box. That's where we are. And again, you don't have to be a Trump supporter to request up. You just got to disagree with anything. Hi, Karen.
18.
Hi, Karen.
I was just asking.
I'm sorry, say it again.
I'm not 18.
Oh, okay. I'll drop you down.
I was just wondering.
Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
No, I just got a question.
Okay, so you're not a Trump supporter nor disagree with anything on the background?
Like, never mind. Well, like, do you want? You say remove white power. Wait.
I don't know what's happening. You're moving your mic around. It's kind of hard to hear you.
You say remove white men from power.
Yes.
So who's supposed to be in power? Like, who do you want? Who would you rather want?
Anyone else besides white men.
Like, but why?
Do you disagree with that?
It's just like I've got a question.
Again, I don't know if you're moving around or what's happening with your mic, but
I'm
you
not.
keep kind of like
I
going
hear
in and
that
out.
too. I got like an echo.
Are you on a Bluetooth or something?
No, I'm on my phone.
Okay. Do you disagree with the premise as far as removing white men from power?
Like just every single one ever.
Currently, yes.
No.
Okay, then we agree.
Oh.
You just said no, you don't disagree with removing them. So that means you're good
No.
with removing them, right?
No, don't remove. Like I mean,
Okay.
They got elected into that.
Okay. All right. So you think that they should be able to stay in power?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You want to debate about it?
Not really. I was just like want to hear what you have to say about it.
Or you want to have
Why?
a conversation about it then?
No, like I just want to hear your reason why. I don't want to say anything.
Well, then I'm not going to tell you. You got to actually be able to defend your position. If you disagree, then we have to have an exchange of ideas and stress test our logic against each other.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
I love you.
I love you more. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Yeah, if people like seriously, I'm not gonna lay out the argument unless you guys are really trying to debate. And so I know people are like, "What do you mean by this?" Then, like, yeah, I mean, I can tell you if you disagree and we're gonna debate, but I'm not just gonna give away my debate argument without actually engaging in a conversation. That would be silly. That'd be super silly. I'm not doing that. Not doing that. It's hard not to listen from the comments. Yeah, for sure. Anyway, so I was saying 4.3 unemployment rate, which I think is still super interesting because even though the unemployment rate was not as bad as people expected it to be, it's still a canary in the coal mine. And that's just because of the pending inflation and also the current global conflict. Right? So, like, yes, unemployment, it's still not good. Wasn't as bad as we expected it. But this is still a canary in the coal mine. And I think people need to understand that. Dub's in the chat for Jelly for the $2 donation saying, is it possible to show the difference between the election map versus the disapproval map? Yeah, I can pull that up. Give me a few. I'll show you. I'll show you for sure. But the point that I'm getting across is this administration is actively harming people in multiple ways, right? You probably need to explain canary in the coal mine. Oh, does everyone know what I mean? Because I say that a lot. Does everyone understand canary in the coal mine? Dang it. No, some people don't. Okay, I'll explain it. It's, hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
I disagree with him.
You disagree with what?
Well, no, this is my first time.
Yeah, I don't understand what you're saying, and you've muted yourself. Okay, cool. So canary in the coal mine is an analogy for an actual thing. With when coal mining used to be big in the US, the way that miners used to ensure that they were safe is by taking a canary, an actual bird, into the coal mine with them. And it has something to do with the emitted fumes that were that they couldn't smell, but they were deadly, right? And so you would take the canary with you, and if the canary actually, because it has something to do with like the way the oxygen flows, or the canary being small or something. Regardless, I don't know the actual science behind it, but what happens is, because you can't smell the actual fumes that were deadly, but the canary would actually be affected by those fumes way sooner than people. And so they would have the canary in a cage in the coal mine with them as they mine the coal. And if the canary died, that means there's toxic fumes and you have to get out now, right? Oh, birds are extremely sensitive to poisonous gases. That makes sense. Okay, carbon. Okay, perfect. That makes sense. But yes, so the analogy, canary in the coal mine, speaks to the fact that it's a warning, it's an indicator to like something really bad about to happen. And so when I talk about like canary in the coal mine, it speaks to the fact that there's something that's looming that's about to be really, really bad. Right? Now, I don't know what the fuck that sound is. Now, again, only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you are a friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart. Means only one coin. It will boost the live, push us out to the FYP. Also, if we can knock out the daily gift goal, right now it's a little high bears. If we can knock those out, that'll boost the live as well. Keep tapping the screen. Let's get the likes up to 200,000 likes. Last but not least, if you are over on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and you would like to debate me, you do not have to leave where you are. The only thing you have to do is click that link and join. Click the link and join. You do not have to leave the app that you're on. All you have to do is click that link and you can join the debate. You don't see the gift goal? It's the high bears. It's pinned. The high bears are pinned. 1 second here. All right. With that being said, I mentioned canaries in the coal mine, and we have one as well. And people, I need everyone paying attention. I need everyone paying attention. The canary in the coal mine, when it comes to what we're doing with Iran, is the generals being fired. If you don't know, this is bad. So yesterday, Pete Hegseth actually fired. At first, there were like conversations, and this happened under the veil of like Pam Bondi, right? Pam Bondi was the big news as far as the attorney general being fired and blah, 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 blah. That's big news as well. Don't get it twisted. That was big news as well. But yesterday, Pete Hegseth asked the Army Chief of Staff, Randy George, to step down. And then there was still a little bit of back and forth whether he was going to do it or not. And then Pete Hegseth just fired him, right? Now, while that did happen, under that veil of coverage, there were 2 more generals that were fired. David Holden, David Holden, and William Green Jr. So yesterday there were 3 generals that were fired. 3. Now, nothing has been confirmed, but there has been reports that apparently these generals have no interest in actually invading Iran. They have no interest in actually putting troops in Iran. And I tell you what, whether we talk about Kristi Noem being out, Pam Bondi being out, apparently Tulsi Gabbard's on the hot seat, apparently Kash Patel, who had his emails leaked, the director of the FBI had his emails leaked by Iran. Think about that. The head of the FBI had his personal emails leaked by another country. Apparently he's on the hot seat, especially after Donald Trump saw him doing the dance that he did. If you don't know, it wasn't like anything crazy, but Kash Patel, who is Indian from India, he was doing a traditional Indian dance, and there was a video of him doing the dance, and it was leaked, and apparently Donald Trump didn't like that, right? So he's on the hot seat as well. But all of them being fired, I mean, the current firings, the generals being firing, the other people being replaced, if you look at history and you pay attention to when in history generals start getting fired, it's right before war. It's right before war, because what happens is a lot of time those people around the leader are in opposition of the leader going forward with this conflict. And this leader looks to remove anyone who is against him engaging in the conflict. So there's that. There's that. Now, another thing that I want to make sure you guys know about, because this just happened this morning as well. This just came breaking news, which this is something that's super troubling to me because of the implications, right? I'm going to put this on the screen. Hi, Chase.
Yo,
Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
of course.
Okay. I'm glad I thought you were another Chase. I was about to block you immediately, but then I realized that you're not the same person that I talked to. All right. I apologize. Give me 2 seconds here.
Huh?
Okay. I'm sorry.
You said what?
I thought don't worry about it. There's someone else whose name is Chase that last time I spoke with him, he called me the hard ER. And so I thought this was him on a different account. And that's why I said I almost automatically blocked you, but then I brought you up. So I'm glad I did. Sorry, give me 2 seconds. Let me take this off of my other screen and then we can get into it. And Chase, you said that you are a Trump supporter, right?
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Chase, before we go too far, quick question for you, if you don't mind. Do you know who I am?
Mm-hmm.
You do? Awesome.
Yeah, you're mainstream, bro.
I wouldn't say all that.
No, bro. Sadly, you're kind of a public figure.
Oh, okay. That's kind of cool. All right. Well, Chase, I'm going to do a quick introduction, if you don't mind, for everyone else so they know exactly who I am and what this is. Give me 1 second. All right.
All right, got you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Guys, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana, one-on-one debates with Trump supporters or anyone that disagrees with anything on the background. I am Santana, guys. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates, but if you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin. It will boost the live, push us out to the FYP, and keep knocking out the daily gift goal. Right now, it's the donuts. Chase, you are a Trump supporter. What do you disagree with the most on the background where you'd like to start?
Cut the military budget.
Ooh, okay. This is interesting. Before we go into that, or even you tell me a little bit more, did you see what the reports are officially this morning as far as what they're trying to do to the military budget?
Aren't they trying to extend it from like 1.5 trillion or something?
Yeah, they're trying to increase it. Yeah, it's official now. They're putting it on the docket, and the Trump administration are trying to make a push to increase it for 2027 to $1.5 trillion. So before it was just a conversation. Now they're officially trying to make that push for that increase. So why do you think that we shouldn't cut the military budget?
NATO especially. I mean, NATO, I hear an echo.
Keep talking.
Every time I talk, I hear myself.
Oh, hold on. I know what that is. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah, because you're coming out of my mic. All right, 1 second. Sounds here. This one. Give me 2 more seconds, guys. We'll have this set, and then you shouldn't hear yourself anymore. So that's right, and that's right, and then we'll go here, and then we'll go here, and then change that. Set the 5. Okay, perfect. You should be good now.
Yeah, it's good.
All right.
Okay, so I support him increasing the military budget because of NATO specifically. I mean, did Spain just decline helping us, and the UK decline helping us? What's the point of having allies if they're not going to help our country?
Okay, and that's the only reason you
I think we're the police, we're the globe police. We have to help everybody on this planet, and no one wants to help us. Only Israel wants to help us, and I don't think Israel. I would rather have like stronger alliances because Israel's our strongest alliance. So I would way rather have the UK, Canada, or even Mexico be our strongest alliance. So I think we should leave NATO, and because we spend way more on NATO anyway, so it needs to go straight to all of us, and it increases our military. We'd be stronger than Russia. We'd have more nuclear power than Russia, China. I mean, so what is wrong with that? And we're like the most civilized country on the planet. China has a one kid rule. Public execution for types of things. I mean, they live in third world. I mean, we need to be the top of the planet.
Okay. You said a lot of stuff that was wrong. Like
No, you're not.
it's amazing. No, seriously, I'm not even joking, and I'm not even trying to give you a hard time, but it's amazing how much like misinformation you were able to get through in such a short amount of time. So as far as like let me just work backwards. China does not have a one-child rule. Like that was a thing, but it's not a thing now. And even more so, their population is still growing, and they're not a quote-unquote third nation.
Well, even for like the
So
chomos,
hold
it's
on.
complicated to
Wait,
teach.
Chase. Did you see how I sat quietly and let you run through your things?
Yeah, my fault.
Even when you talk about the actual country as a whole, while the reign and the people that are in charge, there's of course Xi Jinping is a dictator. You can talk about the fact that China actually doesn't even have people that are unhoused. Like there's a lot to that. But just kind of rolling backwards all the way, when you talk about our alliances and the reason why countries are denying our requests as far as military conflicts, it's simply because of what you said, and it's related to the fact that we followed the lead of Israel, and since we followed the lead of Israel, other nations aren't willing to actually go to war for Israel the way that Donald Trump has done for Bibi Netanyahu. Like literally, the Bibi Netanyahu has been coming to the U.S. and requesting for since the '60s, or not. He hasn't been coming since the '60s. I'm sorry. But the actual overall negative disposition of Iran and Israel goes back 40 something years or whatever. But he's been coming to the White House year after year after year, and multiple presidencies trying to get presidents to strike Iran. And so the point being is other countries aren't willing to do this, and it's only the US. So that's why you see our alliances kind of faltering. It's because we have aligned ourselves so closely with Israel that it's something that's being detrimental to us.
What's wrong with being aligned with Israel?
It's a terrorist state.
Iran's 10 times worse.
It's not.
It is. I mean, Israel doesn't have the policy where women have to be clothed head to toe. If they show their skin or hair, they get raped, unalive, jailed, anything.
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to sit here and determine their domestic laws and all this other stuff. Do you know what country in the Middle East has struck 9 different countries within the last year and a half?
Israel.
Exactly. Israel has struck 9 different countries within the last year and a half and called them preemptive strikes. Meaning,
okay, what countries? What countries?
There's a multitude of countries. I mean, I can list them out, but
Afghanistan, Iraq. I mean,
but why? Why does that matter?
If it's those 3 right there, Iran, Afghanistan, and Iraq, I mean, I completely support that. I mean,
yeah, I mean, I don't care about that. That's not even the point. Like, we're not debating whether you support the strikes or not. The point that I'm making is that they've been the first one to strike 9 different countries in a year and a half span, and did it under the guise of, oh, this is preemptive, meaning that, oh, they haven't attacked us, but we're going to attack them before they attack us. That's my point. And so when you have someone who is a actual country that is in constant conflict with its neighbors, like, you have to take a look at what's happening there. So again, the reason why our allies aren't as strong with us currently is because no one else agrees with the United States as far as what they're allowing Israel to get away with.
Okay, so you're just wanting to make it sound like Israel's just absolutely out of their mind. They just want to attack this country, that country, this country for no particular reason. You're just making it sound like they're just fucking crazy. They had a reason why they attacked all those countries. I mean, it just makes no sense.
Got a question. Chase, how old are you again?
19.
19. Hey, Chase, so check this out. There was a girl, Chase, right? And you were gonna date her, but then you ended up finding out that within the last year, she's been in 5 different relationships. Not anything wild, but 5 different relationships in a year. And each of those 5 different relationships, she's like, I'm breaking up with you because you're crazy. And she said this to 5 different guys. Are you going to get into this? Hold on. Are you going to get into this relationship with her and then expect that it's going to work out?
That's
Or
narcissism.
is it more likely that she's going to call you crazy and you two are going to break up?
I mean, I think women are more prone to be narcissists.
No. I don't. I'm not looking for you to dissect women or anything like that. I want you to engage with the hypothetical. That's it. What's more likely for
what's more
you
likely?
two? Yes, for you two.
She'd call me a crazy piece of shit.
Okay, perfect. Now, if she calls you a crazy piece of shit, and she called all the rest of those guys a crazy piece of shit, and you guys, this is in a span of 1 year, what's more likely? That all 6 of you were crazy pieces of shit, or it was her?
Obviously her.
Okay, perfect. So if 1.5 years, Iran is calling every other country around, Israel is calling every other country around them a crazy piece of shit while striking them, what's more likely? That all those other countries are crazy pieces of shit, or Israel is the crazy piece of shit?
So I think it's crazy that we're comparing
Can
relationships.
you answer? Which one is more likely?
Santana, I can't believe you're literally
Which one is more likely?
We're the girl, she's the narcissist.
No. I'm not talking about girls anymore. I'm talking about Israel. Which one is more likely?
Oh, Israel. In that claim that you want to go, but I don't. It's
Just
Israel,
answer.
but
Perfect. So listen, the reason why I brought that up is because I, like most of you guys, are so willing to lean into misogyny that I knew that was going to wet your willy. But regardless, I wanted to make sure you understand the example. The point being is that if Israel continues to get in conflicts with multiple countries while claiming it's the other countries, maybe we need to take a step back and say, not everybody else is crazy. It's Israel. That's the point.
I mean, can we believe anything that comes out of Iran's mouth? I mean, Iran, we've literally hated Iran for so long. They knew about 9/11. I don't know.
Why do we hate Iran?
Just 47 years of screaming death to our country, unaliving our citizens.
What happened in the 1950s?
Regime. We tried to get a regime change.
Not tried. What do we do?
I don't know exactly what we did. I know we tried to go.
Iran wanted to nationalize their resources, their oil. The United States, in conjunction with Great Britain, didn't want that, and so instead of allowing them to actually nationalize their own resources, we helped do a regime change and install a dictator. And so ever since then, they've been dealing with oppression, distrust, and other issues. So if someone came in and as we, the United States of America, we're getting ready to be able to like nationalize our own resources so we can make ourselves more efficient, more self-sustaining. And instead of us being able to do that, someone overthrew our government and installed a ruthless dictator and, caused our lives to change for the next 50, 60 years. Do you think that we would be looking at those countries favorable?
Was it a Democrat president?
It doesn't matter. Why would that matter? Why would that matter if it's a Democrat or a Republican?
Because Democrats don't love our country, first of all.
Why would that matter if there was a Democratic or Republican president if another country installed the president?
They didn't install it, Santana. We installed it.
You're not getting what I'm saying. It's
you literally just said we installed it.
I said, how would you feel if someone did that to us? That's what I'm saying. I told you what we did specifically to Iran, but now I'm saying, how would you feel if someone did that to us?
I don't think anybody has even capable of doing that to us. But if it did happen, I would be absolutely devastated.
So, but then there will be justification for you to be like deaf to country X, right?
Right.
Okay. And see, that's the only point that I'm trying to get across. You're trying to sit here as if like them saying, oh, deaf to America is just the worst thing in the world.
Not
but
just
if you
a
don't,
chance, Santana.
Yeah, but if you take a look at the actual negative impacts the U.S. has had on their country, it's understandable. I'm not advocating for it. I'm not saying that, oh, good for them. But what I am saying is it's not like it's illogical why they are. It's not like we're just some random country across the seas that's just been minding our own business and they just don't like us for no reason.
Well, I don't like that they I mean, they teach it in the schools too. They teach in the Iranian schools that American
That's
citizens
not
are
true.
just. Yes, it is.
Where'd you get that from? Deb's in the chat for Stephanie for the $10 donation saying Kek's breath is firing more general, planning a coup. I wouldn't say that, but I think it's more so along the lines of the military action they're looking to take. But yeah, definitely. Deb's in the chat for Papa Willie, who sent a $20 super chat to say, even if we look at our relationship with Israel only through the lens of keeping China and Russia out of the Middle East in a meaningful way, the trade-off is that we're besties with a genocidal Zionist state. Exactly. Like that's the entire point. W's in the chat for Papa Willie. Guys, if anyone else would like to support the live, you could do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks to you. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you is the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Also, guys, 1.3 thousand people hanging out here. Look up at the top. You see the word follow, you're not following me. We're on our way to 200,000 followers now. We just broke 100,000 followers yesterday.
Okay.
And now we're on our way to 200,000 followers. So make sure you guys hit that follow button, turn on notifications so you know when I go live. I go live every day. Make sure you follow me. All right, Chase, you said that you had something that proves that they teach the quote unquote death to America in school.
Yeah, I want you to concede first on that they don't teach anything about Iran doesn't teach anything bad about America.
No, that's not what I said. And why
you
would I
just
concede?
said it, Santana.
Okay, 1 second. One, why would I concede anything without proof first? That doesn't make sense.
Because I can't. Okay, first I can't turn on my camera.
That's fine. I'm gonna take it, but listen, just listen 2 seconds. Why would I concede anything before you actually prove it? That doesn't make sense. And number two, you said that they were teaching death to America in their schools, and I said that's not true. I'm not saying that they wouldn't be teaching anything negative or whatever. But you specifically said they're teaching them death to America in their schools, and I was like, prove that. Show me something. Okay, give me a source.
Okay, so let's get on Google right now with your big ass computer in front of you.
Yeah.
Okay, look up.
Yeah, don't tell me to go Google something. Tell me the exact source you got it from.
AI overview. Multiple sources pulled into one. It's multiple sources pulled into one, Santana. What are we? Don't fucking do that.
Why wouldn't I accept AI overview?
Because it's multiple sources pulled from one.
What from where? What's the multiple sources? How do they determine which sources?
See, right now I looked at it. It says 6+ sources right now.
How do they actually determine the sources?
What do you mean?
Do you know how AI overview works?
Yes, you search up something, and an AI overview always pulls from multiple sources and basically dumbs it down for you.
First and foremost, don't use DUMB. That's ableist. We don't do that here on my platform.
Oh,
and
sorry.
When it pulls those sources, it's just popular sources. It's not sources that are completely verified. It's not sources that are credible. There may be a mix of credibility and some sourcing, but it could be popular blog posts. It could be a multitude of different things. So when you look at the AI overview, it just basically pulls the popular sources and mix in the information from the popular sources and then spits it out as an overview. That's why I said, don't give me like what you Google, give me the specific source. So I'm willing to accept something of one of those 6 sources. You need to just make sure one of those 6 sources is actually something that's been verified. It's funny. We spent this entire week talking about like AI and on late nights and like misinformation, disinformation. I think this is super important for us to continue to actually cut through what happens with AI and these AI overviews. It's absolutely insane. Deb's in the chat for Perone, who sent a $1 donation saying, Trump supporters screaming, Jays will not replace us. Yeah.
Can you look it up for me now?
Not replace us. Absolutely. W's in the chat for Perone for that $1 donation. W's in the chat for Daniel for the $2 donation saying regime change happened under Republican president, by the way. Oh, yeah, that's true. Absolutely true, Daniel. Thank you so much for that $2 donation. Do you have that source?
New York Times.
Okay. What's the title?
We can. Opinion: what Donald Trump didn't know about Iran. That's what the title says.
Also, this is opinion piece.
So the president's opinion doesn't matter? Hold on. Let's make that
No,
clear.
I'm saying, is this an opinion piece from the New York Times?
I think our president's the most powerful man on the planet. So I think his opinion matters the most out of anybody's. It's your chat, not you, dude.
Do you know what an opinion piece is?
Yeah, it's an opinion.
From who?
Well, in this scenario, from our goddess Donald Trump.
No, an opinion piece is written based off the opinion of the writer. That's why I said it's an opinion piece.
Okay, well, can you just look this up for me?
Yeah, I am. Perfect. I am. I'm just saying, like, that's okay. What Donald Trump didn't know about Iran, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's from March 14th, 2026. So this is recently. All right. So yeah, really quick chat, just so you. All right. Where are we looking in this opinion piece that says that they teach death to Iran in the schools?
Homie, I looked up on an AI overview. I just pulled it from the most credible source. Now you want me to go to the source and go deep dive and multiple paragraphs where it is. That's what you want me to do.
Yes. I want you to be able to tell me.
I told you. What
I would like for you to do is to actually verify your sources before you use them. Like, that's super important, right? It's important to actually review your sources and make sure that they're credible before you try to use them in a debate. But even more than that, I would like for you to be able to tell me, hey, Santana, the source that I gave you, if you go to this part, this is where you'll find the actual information that I'm trying to verify.
Well, I believe AI overview. So when AI overview is good enough for me.
I'm sure it is, Chase, because I literally just had to explain to you how AI overview works. How does AI overview work?
They pull from sources, Santana. Oh my God.
I just covered this with you. Do you not remember what we just talked about 5 minutes ago?
What about the New York Times and it being biased? Because it's not.
We never talked about the New York Times being biased.
That's what you were implying, bro.
How? No. I never said it was biased. I said this is an opinion piece. That's why at the very top it has the word opinion.
So you were telling me the opinion piece basically means bias.
No, I didn't.
Oh, Santana, you're gonna make me lose my mind, dude. Like, I'm literally fixing to smack my head against a fucking wall.
Chase, an opinion piece means that is written from the opinion of the writer. It's just the perspective of the writer. That's what I'm saying. It's from the perspective of the writer, and they're lending their opinion to the readers. Just like how people sit here and listen to me talk about certain things while I'm live, I'll take some information. Like, prior to you coming in, we were talking about what was happening with the firing of the generals. I laid out the facts, and then I gave them my opinion based off of the facts. That's what an opinion piece is. It's a formalized, written type of deal, right?
You still won't even get on the. We can't even get back to the debate because you just won't put in the search engine. Does Iran teach bad things about America? That's all you have to do. That's literally all you have to do.
Chase, that was never the thing that was in question. You said in their schools they're teaching death to America. That's what you said. I told you to give me a source, but no, putting in the search engine and looking at the AI overview doesn't work. I told you the AI overview pulls from popular sources, which could be blogs, which could be an opinion piece, which could be a multitude of things, not an actual credible source, Chase. Like, AI is kicking you guys ass, like not gonna hold you. Like it's wild how AI is kicking. Holy smoke! You think AI is like magic or some shit? It's
It is
weird.
magic.
It's really not. It's
Pretty
really
cool
not.
though, isn't it?
No, it's making people more stupid. Did you know that Stanford completed a study that shows that AI not only gives confirmation biases, but tell people that the information that they're looking to utilize is right, even when it's wrong?
That's not true.
It's literally true. There's a complete Stanford study that was done over multiple AI tools, and it confirmed that AI will give confirmation bias and give people the information saying they're right, even when they're wrong. Stanford did
That's
a
not
complete
true.
study
I've
on it.
I've looked up plenty and multiple controversial things that I want to be right about, Santana. I mean, there's things on here I want to be right about so bad, and Google will tell me no. I mean, I think H-Man didn't actually unalive 6 million people. That's it.
Yeah,
It tells me that
again,
every day.
I don't want to hear that. Like that's weird. That's weird. That's weird. All right. Second here. Can you see the screen? Oh, wait.
Yeah.
This is the Fortune did the review on the Stanford study. What does that say?
That's not true, Santana. That's literally not even true. Where did you get the source from? What's the source from?
It's on the screen, you idiot. I just said this is from Fortune talking about the Stanford study, but just read what it says. What does it say?
Fortune is not a reliable source.
What can
but
you
want to
read?
say the New York Times ain't. Okay.
I didn't say the New York Times is not a reliable source. And I didn't bring this up saying Fortune did the study. I said this was Fortune covering the Stanford study. Can you please read the title?
What's that first word? I can't pronounce that. I can read everything. What the fuck, Santana? I have dyslexia. I can't pronounce it. No, go back up. See, chat, he tells me to read something and he won't even let me stay on it.
So this talks about how in the study by Stanford, it said that looking at the actual test studies, it did by giving the chatbot and the developer, it changed up the information and it showed that it had negative incomes such as harmful or violence that was perpetuated towards vulnerable population. It also shows the extended effects that occurred on multiple people. When looking at the actual research of the database, 12,000 prompts, it ran through 11 leading AI models. It used some of the most popular AI models and showed that at the end of the day, Reddit users had said the posters were wrong. Large language model still said the posters were 51% right at the time. So again, even when the information was actually wrong, the AI models told them that they were right.
Well, when was this?
This was just completed this year. This is from Fortune. They ran this story 3 days ago.
Oh, so this was AI in 2026?
Yes, this story is from 3 days ago, but the Stanford study was completed this year.
Well, AI is still evolving. We're nowhere near done with how much AI. It's going to improve. It's going to improve no matter what. And AI is going to take your jobs. I mean, just a fact.
Hi, Robert. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Yes, I Trump supporter, so I disagree with everything. Like
this dude ain't even American.
What?
What time is it? What time is it?
Yeah, I got this. I'm starting to be convinced that you're the other Chase that called me the N-word.
Who's that?
Did you call me the N-word?
No, what's he look like?
I think you are.
Bro,
I
what?
think you are. I think you are.
Have I said the N-word? That's weird.
Yeah. Did you call me the N-word, hard ER? Or
No.
you have a multitude of accounts?
No, this is my only account.
This is your only account. Okay.
Yeah.
Because again, I didn't think you were, but then like you didn't sound like him, but you're starting to act like him. That's my only issue.
How does he act like? What?
Okay. I'm looking at your following list right now.
Okay.
Robert, what state do you live in?
I live in Texas.
What time is it in Texas right now?
It's heating niggers time. Yeah.
Okay. Is
See, I
that the
told
best?
you.
Yeah, that's fine. Robert, that's the best that you have? Oh, hating niggers time.
Don't even say that. I don't like you saying that.
I don't give a fuck. Like you guys come up here and think that it's the worst thing in the world. Like, you know what? The actual laziness of what the fuck he just did was the wild part for me. And it's not like Robert wasn't trying to get up here multiple times. Like, that's the best that he had. That's the best that he had. And for you to be that fucking racist and not even go here, fuck it.
I think you're racist, dude.
Yeah, I don't care
You
what you
just said
think.
the N-word.
I genuinely don't care what you think.
You just said the N-word. You're literally racist.
Yes, I did. I literally just said niggers.
Black people can
thank you for the cake.
Make fun of black people. What?
Who's making fun of anybody?
You just said the N-word.
Yes, I absolutely said it. No, I didn't. I said, yes, that's what he called me. He talked about black. Chase, I don't give a fuck what you think. Like, seriously. I'm not even joking at this point. At this point, like, I genuinely don't care what you think as far as how black people respond to racism. Like, I really don't care.
I just don't think you should be saying it.
I don't care what you think.
It's 2026. I mean, we're still using that word.
I don't care. Who is we? Who is we?
I mean, America.
Who the fuck is
you
we?
literally just said it.
Yeah, I didn't call myself that, you idiot.
It doesn't matter, Santana. Again, you still said it. It doesn't matter. Yes,
I did.
Dude.
I absolutely did. Hey, guess what, white man? You don't get to fucking tell me how I respond to racism. I don't give a fuck about what you think. No, no, exactly. Shut up. I don't care how you think I should respond to racism. I don't. You don't get to dictate to me how I respond to racism. No. I don't give a fuck about your opinion.
So you call me white man's really mature?
I don't give a shit about a white man trying to tell me how I should respond to racism. How about you worry about fighting racism with me instead of how I respond to racism? Lock the fuck in.
Okay, damn. Well, I didn't know on mute. Before you wanted to
I put you on mute. Hi, Eden. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
No, I just want to say from one white person to another white person, he has no right.
Eden, I appreciate you. Guys, please, only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background. We're only looking for some debates. W's in chat for Lavender for the $1 donation saying death to the America comes from Facebook. I can believe that. W's in the chat for Kimberly for the $5 donation saying, did the caller just call Trump a goddess? I might have missed that one. W's in the chat for Kimberly. Also, love you, Santana. I appreciate you so much for what you're doing for everyone. Thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate you way more.
I think you're smart enough.
Hold on one second.
How much money do you make off this app?
Not enough. Give me a second.
Why do they keep talking about my profile picture?
Hey guys, hold on.
Are we going to debate?
Sure, but give me a second. Okay, chat. I need you to go on mute. Hey, chat. You want to know something fucking cool? You want to know something fucking cool? We just got the official date of our Jubilee for the Surrounded.
Yo, you're doing Jubilee?
The official, I'm talking to my chat, not talking
I'm
to you.
sorry, that's so cool though.
Stop. Chat, the official date is Sunday, April the 12th. So in 9 days, our Jubilee Surrounded video will be out. And I can share the title. The title of the Jubilee video that I did that will be out on Sunday, April the 12th is Surrounded, 1 U.S. representative versus 20 Americans. We got a chance to debate an actual current politician, an actual member of Congress. So it'll be released Sunday, April 12th, 2024, Surrounded, 1 U.S. representative versus 20 Americans.
I have a question.
I don't think I can say who it is yet because they don't say anything in this email about who it is. So I can't say who it was yet.
Are you actually debating in the episode, or are you just sitting?
Yes.
Because I know one of those 20s, like
Yes,
5
I
people
did.
don't even debate. That's actually, so I'm gonna watch that. Anyway, my president is a great man, Santana. I think you're smart enough, dude. You could honestly convert to being a conservative. I
Sure,
think
that's fine. Let me finish these thank yous and then we'll get back to it. I just saw like this just came out. I got to send them my information over so I can, because they're going to be sending us some stuff so we can connect our social media accounts to it once they get everything else out. But they just sent the confirmation, so I'm excited about that. April the 12th, Surrounded, 1 U.S. representative versus 20 Americans. It was the craziest thing. So it was really cool. W's in the chat for Kyle for the $1 donation saying, is ADL.org a credible source? I found that on Hateful Teaching. I would have to take a look and see exactly what it says, but I would be more inclined to say yes. W's in the chat for Sophia for the $20 donation. Holy shit, thank you so much. Said, thank you, Santana, for your wisdom. At first, we didn't understand what it meant to make money from racist people. Then the truth became clear. Racism runs on fear, emotion, and sloppy politics. And in the end, that ignores or ignorance can become costly. Yes, $16 trillion costly. That was in chat for Molly for the $5 donation saying, as an educator, the guest just proves why AI is dangerous and how it is making America stupid. Shaking my head, exactly. That was in the chat for Christine for the $1 donation saying, this caller is so dense, I bet he will argue with you about that there are 2 R's in the word. Yeah, because AI said so. Much love. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much, Christine. Much love. That was in the chat for None for the $2 donation saying, forget to give my handle yesterday, Ghost Pepper Lollipop, and I need to call it and know he's as dense as a brick and a quarter of useful. God damn. That was in the chat for the $2 donation saying the guest must not know that racism isn't or racism doesn't apply to Black people. Relying on the AI as a source is like getting information from Seahead. Oh, getting information from a Seahead. AI pulls popular content, which is why it's a disclaimer about inaccuracies. As someone who codes AI, I understand there's limitations. Exactly. That was in chat for Kimberly for the $10 donation. And caller yelled at you more for saying the N-word and reacting to others' calls of racism than he did the call of being racist. But he's gonna act as if he gives a shit about racism. What are we doing here exactly? W's in the chat for Angie for the $5 donation saying, and just read just read fighter jets are down, looking for the crew. Iran has, yeah, I have that as one of my things that I want to talk to you guys about, but you're absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Yeah. Our fighter jets have been shot down, and not only have they been shot down, but Iran is now offering a reward for if you find the downed U.S. fighter jet pilot. W's in the chat for Jelly for the $2 donation saying, gotta head out soon. Iranian woman had rights before we did before we went in and started messing with things over there. Hope you get to the map just to show how MAGA how much they've lost because of this. Yeah, no, megalomaniac he is. Debbie's in the chat as well for John for the $20 donation saying AI is a marketing term. It's impressive because statistics is a very powerful form of math. It should be called EC, emulated creativity. The highest threat we're seeing is the over-reliance. Yeah, I completely understand that one. Well, that people are dropping personal info into it as well. That's fucking crazy. W's in the chat for all the donos. And sorry, really quick. Over on YouTube, W's in the chat for Papa Willie, who sent a $5 super chat to say genocide does not go so hard when they don't know math and they refuse to pick up a history book. Absolutely. And also W's in the chat for Papa Pine, who sent a $50 YouTube super chat to say this guy sounds like every MAGA person. He's a Democrat. He's got a mental illness. And it's fruitfully towards his daddy Trump, usually hypocrisy. Yeah, like they talk about TDS, right? And TDS is specifically towards them. Like they're literally the ones with TDS. W's in chat for Jeffrey for the $1 donation saying, I can't believe he called Trump a goddess. I couldn't either. And W's in chat for CJ for the $25 donation. I've been watching for 6 months and you're one of my faves. So proud of you. Congratulations. Thank you so much, CJ. CJ, you're always here. I appreciate the love and support. You are fucking awesome. W's in the chat for all the donos, guys. If you like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links and links are in the bio. Santana speaks for you. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat. I will read that out. Sorry, guys. I got kind of distracted with that whole surrounded thing. All right, Chase. Back to the point.
One thing, I think you're smart enough to become a conservative. I have multiple messages from your fans, and your chat just goes crazy about me. Not very good liberal behavior, huh?
I don't care. Like the whole idea.
So you don't care that your fans.
I don't have fans. I don't have fans. I have community members. These are people in my communities. Fan is like weird.
Sorry, bud. Your note on Google. You're a public figure. Just to let you know that you can look up Santana.
I'm not known on Google.
Yes, you are, Santana. What are you talking about?
Oh, that's not true. Anyway, I have community members. Regardless, like we are not the tolerant left. If you think
you're also very close friends with some of the biggest creators on the fucking planet. So
I'm close friends with a lot of people. Regardless. Anyway, my whole thing is if we're not the tolerant left, if you are expecting to hear something from like the tolerant left, you got the wrong people. You got us fucked up. So just want to let you know.
And one of your fans said,
I don't have fans. Would you like to lock in for me?
Yeah, but they said I wasn't mad about the dude that was saying all that crazy stuff a few minutes ago. Mm-hmm. First of all, you kicked him, so I couldn't say anything to him.
I didn't kick him. He ran.
Oh, well, he left, so I couldn't tell him he was a piece of shit.
Yeah, but would you like to lock in and get back to where we were? I would appreciate it.
Where were we at?
You were going down this weird rabbit hole. I would like to get like centralized back to the debate, which is surrounding why we should or should not cut the military budget.
Because there's these other countries, and we're going to be hold on. I just hit a GB. I don't know if you know what that is, but all these other countries, and especially with NATO, we're going to be out of NATO. I support leaving NATO because This is absolutely ridiculous. We have Spain that doesn't want to help us. We have the UK. Literally, I think the UK should be our top alliance, and they said no. And so we need to leave it. That prevents us from spending so much money on NATO. So that means we could spend so much money back on our tanks, better paychecks for our soldiers.
We can do all that with cutting the current military budget.
But if you cut the military budget, it doesn't give better paychecks to our soldiers. You know that, right?
You not only do you cut the military budget, but you have to do audits.
Okay, but I think our American
in the
soldiers,
chat for Fashi. Fashi sent a $8 super chat to say, "Hey Santana, good to see you, bro. Good to see you as well. I hope you're doing good." W's in chat for Fashi. Anyway,
you know, being a soldier is like a low middle class job.
Or have you ever been a soldier?
My uncle was actually deployed in Afghanistan back in 2012. So
okay, but have you ever been a soldier?
No, I have not. I'm 19.
Then maybe you should stop speaking on soldiers.
Well, again, my uncle was deployed in Afghanistan. So
what is this like? Are you a soldier by osmosis then?
No, I'm not a soldier, but I know how much he got paid, and I know how fucking absolute shitty it was.
Wait,
he was
so you were
fighting for our life every day. Fighting for our life every day, not even making 60 grand.
You were pocket watching your uncle?
I wasn't pocket watching my uncle. I knew how much his paycheck was. Like what, Santana?
How did you know how much his paycheck was if you weren't pocket
Because
watching?
he's my family, and we talked about our money. We're not fucking weirdos like that.
So
I know how much my uncle makes a year. I know how much my grandma makes a year.
Your uncle told you how much he was making a year when you weren't even a fucking adult.
He didn't tell me that. He could tell me that like it was yesterday, Santana. It doesn't matter.
No. You said he had told you when he was there what he was making. So you're saying when you were still a kid, you were underage, your uncle came to you in confidence and said, "Hey, look, nephew, this is how much money I'm making."
No, but they were my grandma, my uncle's mother. They were talking about how much he makes because.
Were you being nosy? Is that what you're saying?
What?
You're saying?
My minor sister.
So wait. So what you're saying is that you were in grown folks' business.
No, because they were sending money back and forth because now you want to be in personal business. My mom was a crackhead. So
okay, I got to kick you because you can't say the name of a drug on TikTok Live. I don't care that your mom was basehead. Like that has nothing to do with the conversation. Like your mom being a basehead has nothing to do with the conversation. Can't come back up because you can't say the name of drugs on TikTok Live. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up.
I think Robbie Fazio should be a good president.
Okay, I don't know who that is, but would you like to debate?
He's my, yeah. I think
are you
like
a Trump
all of the
disagree with something on the background.
Wait, what happened?
Troll, kick him.
No, I'm not.
He is, but he's not good at trolling. He didn't realize that I'm a better troll than he is.
No, yeah. But
he expected to get kicked right away.
No,
hey, wait,
stop.
I'm talking to your friend now because your friend is cool. You seem like anyway. Hey, you need to tell him to practice in the mirror before the next time he comes up to troll.
I'm not trying to troll. I'm trying to get Robbie Fazio for president.
Hey, he's white and he's racist.
He's white and racist? Not the friends calling him out in the background. That's right. Fucking put him on blast. Fucking put him on blast. What are we doing? Deb's in the chat for Ashley for the $10 donation saying, "Hey, Santana, my husband was deployed to this war, right? Tell the guests we both said F you." Yeah, absolutely. W's in the chat for Ashley. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something in the background?
I just want to say that woman sucks for selling her friend.
Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Remove white men from power. Sure, disagree.
Okay. Can you give me 2 seconds, Robert?
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Debbie's in the chat for Trisha for the $5 donation saying, "I'm sick of the NATO propaganda. It comes straight from Russia. It's horrible. Trump is putrid and it's starting to become more common amongst MAGA? Yeah, the talking point absolutely is. W's in the chat for Heidi for the $1 donation saying, leaving NATO because they won't help us terrorize other countries unprovoked is their newest talking point. Seen all over threads since last night. Thank you for all that you do, Santana. Can't wait to see your surrounded episode. Congrats. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Again, guys, if anyone else likes to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links and link to in the bio. Santana speaks for you. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. All right, Robbie, you said you disagree with removing white men from power. Would you like to tell me why?
Well, yeah, I would just disagree, and I want to hear your arguments for it. And I guess we could start from there.
Okay. The reason why I say that we need to remove white men from power is because of the 250-year history of our country. If you look at the 250 years of our country, the majority of power has been held by white men, specifically 90% of all of Congress, House, Senate, and presidency has been held. The power has been held by white men. And while white men throughout the history of our country at times has passed legislation that has benefited everyone, more often than not, they pass legislation that disenfranchise and harm anyone that's not a white man. And so I combine that fact with a couple of different things. Number one, regardless of which side of the aisle you stand on, Republican, Democrat, the majority of the power and the people that's controlled the parties have been white men. I combine that with two different things. Number one, the average lifespan of any nation is 250 years, in which our country is rolling into our 250th year. You combine that with the fact that the United States of America is doing the same thing that the last 5 superpowers who had the centralized currency for the world did, that caused them to collapse, leads us to the point that we are today, not only in this war with Iran, but we are on course to collapse as a country. And the means by stopping us from going off the existential cliff is by removing the people who have had the overwhelming amount of power in order to course correct.
Okay, a lot. So you think just America, or should Europe follow suit as well? Like all white countries, like with a white majority, you think they should all be disenfranchised?
Oh no, I don't
just
care
America?
about other countries. I'm just talking about our country.
Okay. So the 250-year thing, like, so you think any country that hits 250 years should just swap out the majority race? Or only is it because it's descend, like we also, because it's like trending downwards?
No,
Like,
I'm just
it's
saying
like
that. No, I'm just
like that's
saying
just
that
part
the
of it.
average lifespan of a nation is 250 years. Not saying all nations collapse at 250 years, but most nations only last for about 250 years. Just looking at the actual data, that's the point of reference for that.
What would you say to someone that says, sure, some bad things happened under white people, but way more good things happened under the rule of these white men?
I would want to know what the way more good things there are than the bad things, because I mean, if you look at the actual premise of everything else, the bad completely outweighs the good. That's why I mentioned that they have passed some legislation that at times has benefited people, but overwhelmingly it's been legislation that has harmed anyone that's not a white man.
Do you think that's true for white people encompassingly, or just white people in America?
I would say more so as a whole, but I don't have an actual source or data or anything like that to back that up, so I can't make that statement.
Okay, but there's nothing like unique about the American white man that's like more evil than like a European or like an English guy or like a Scottish dude. You don't think they're like the same level of?
I don't. When you talk about like the principle that I'm talking about, it's not even me saying evil. Like I'm not saying that white men are evil. Like I'm not projecting.
Well, they're responsible for wrongdoing.
Mm-hmm.
You would say they're a negative contribution.
Yeah, I mean, again, so I think morality is subjective, and so I don't subscribe, through just the premise that they're just doing this because they're evil or whatever. So like, I'm not just saying that, white men are bad or whatever. I'm just saying, like, based off of what the actual data says and what the things that have happened, this is what we know.
Okay, so what do you think is like the top 3 worst things white men have done in America? So like slavery, you sense Iran war, like a third?
First one, colonization. Second one, slavery. Third one, capitalism.
You want to tear down capitalism as a whole?
No, you just told me, you said, what do I think is the top 3 worst things? And I just told you.
Oh, but you're okay with one of the worst things white men ever done? That just doesn't track for me.
Again, we never talked about my actual preference or anything on capitalism. I'm just telling you those are the 3 things. You said, what do I think is the 3 worst things? And I told you.
Okay, you would think, you don't want slavery, you don't want colonization. It would be like it would kind of follow that you don't want capitalism, right?
Yeah, I'm a democratic socialist. I'm not a communist. I think
isn't that capitalism?
Yeah, again, I'm not sitting here saying that I'm calling for the abolishment of capitalism. I'm telling you that capitalism and racism is completely intertwined. When you talk about the justification of chattel slavery, it was under the guise of capitalism. My point being is you can't talk about
got it.
You can't talk about the history of the country and the actual colonization, enslavement of Black people without talking about capitalism. Like all of those things are tied together.
Yeah, I guess it was like let me based. But yeah, so those are your worst 3. We've done 3 things way better than that. What are you talking about?
You think there's
you disagree?
White men in America have done 3 worse things than those 3 things?
We've done 3 greater things that far outweigh.
Name one thing that's way better than the colonization. Like, because you do understand.
Well, I think something.
Wait, and I put colonization above slavery, even though the UN just ratified slavery as the most horrific thing in the history of the world. But like, when I talk about
what the UN says,
yeah, but when I talk about like colonization, the fact that the colonizers came here and they killed so many indigenous people that it cooled the temperature of the earth. Like that's how many indigenous people lives they took. So that's why I always say that's number 1 and slavery is number 2. But like those 2 are like going back and forth as far as which one is worse. But like name one thing that's worse than colonization. And the crazy thing about colonization, while I'm talking about colonization within the US, colonization has occurred all around the globe, and it has been white people engaging in colonization. But is there one thing that's better? Like one thing that's been so good that it outdoes colonization? Sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think one thing you would appreciate is we ended slavery, we invented modern medicine. Right?
You didn't.
Who ended slavery? It was Black people.
Yeah, Black people freed Black people
in America.
Yep.
Who signed the Emancipate? Wait. I'm sorry. What Black people in the time had congressional power?
When was the Emancipation Proclamation signed?
18. I mean, I don't know.
63. January 1st, 1863. When was the last Black person freed from slavery?
They claim, what was it, 15 or 20 years later?
The last Black person was freed from chattel slavery in Galveston, Texas on June 19th, 1865, 2.5 years after the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation. And the reason why is because the Emancipation Proclamation was only signed and it only affected those states that were under the Union, not the states within the Confederacy. So Black-led platoons, generals, soldiers, Black people had to go to these southern states, to these plantations, and literally forcefully free Black people.
Well, who sent them there? White people sent them.
Black people freed Black people. And also, I think it's a weird flex that like your fame to claim is, look, we undid the bad shit that we started. You don't think that's weird saying that?
Look, we ended slavery? No,
yeah,
that was a worldwide.
Hold on. Wait.
First to end it.
Wait, no. You understand what you're saying is, look, we stopped doing the bad shit that we were doing. We deserve a cookie because we stopped doing the bad shit that we were doing.
I think the first movers for anything deserve an applause. Yeah, like the first
the United States was not the first.
Brutal, yeah.
The United States was not the first country to end chattel slavery. And not only were they not the first. Not only were they not the. I think it was UK. I can look it up, but they weren't the first. It wasn't even close. But not only that the United States wasn't the first country to end chattel slavery. You know what the U.S. did once they couldn't engage in chattel slavery as far as stealing Black people from Africa? Do you know what they did,
Well,
Robbie?
what do you mean? I mean,
when they could no longer go get black people from
fields?
Africa, do you know what they did?
Do what? What were these black people doing? Like
slaves.
building the train
Were
tracks, harvesting.
Slaves. When they couldn't go get slaves anymore, do you know
so
what
like
they did?
harvesting crops? So they
Do
had
you
people
know what?
harvesting crops.
No.
I don't know what your question
is. If you stop and listen, then no, it's not. No, it's not. When they could no longer go steal black people from Africa, but they still needed slaves, what did they do?
Oh, I get what you're getting at. They, I think you're looking for the word grape.
They created breeding farms. They created breeding farms to actually breed black people to feed into slavery. They made black people. That's the point that I'm making. So even your entire
and the white man ended that. The white man stopped that.
White people started
you should be thanking us.
Robbie, again, you're sitting here saying that
the Egyptians enslaved black people. What are you talking about?
No, the fuck.
Far before America was.
No.
What was a Nubian?
No.
The Nubians had the same.
No.
Don't crash out.
No.
Don't crash out.
No, because you're just saying random shit that you don't know. And again,
what's a Nubian? What's a Nubian?
Stop, Robbie. Listen to me.
You don't know. Listen to me. You don't even know.
Listen to me. The point that I was talking about was the breeding farms. You're trying to switch to something else.
Slavery's okay if there's no breeding farms? Is that what you're saying?
Robbie, stop talking and listen.
You're crashing out.
I said,
calm down. No cortisol spiking.
I'm going to put you on mute, you mediocre white man. The point that I made was the United States of America, not only did they were not the first people to quote unquote end slavery, but when they could no longer engage in stealing black people from Africa, instead of them stopping chattel slavery, they created breeding farms so they could continue to breed slaves. That's the point that I was making. When you talk about slavery and when you talk about the Nubians, when you talk about Egypt, none of that was chattel slavery. Do you know what chattel slavery is?
Yes.
What is chattel slavery?
Chattel refers to
I did not say cattle.
The mechanism.
I said chattel.
I said chattel. Not cattle slavery.
Your phone's breaking up. Got it. Go ahead. Tell me about chattel slavery.
The word. That's really relating to like the methodology that was taking place. So like that's referring to the setup between the trade all the way in Africa to the sale point in the Americas all the way to the facilitation to the whole system. I believe it was the creation of the system. Mm-hmm. You probably have a little bit of a different take on it. You can correct me.
Yeah, I don't want to correct you. You should just go look up what chattel slavery. Yes, I disagree. You should go look up what chattel slavery is and the difference.
Sure, I'll look at an exact definition.
What the difference is between chattel slavery and indentured servitude, and the point that's being made as far as white people started chattel slavery, and it wasn't a thing prior to Gomez de Zurara. Anyway,
okay, fine. We'll give you the slavery win. What would you say to a person?
It's not a win. I'm
saying
says,
no. On the topic. I'd say like I'll give you a win on the point, saying that's not a good reason for white people keeping power. Slavery. Sure, we created it. I'll give you my next reason. I'll concede this point. What would you say to someone that said this is a white country, and if anyone has the right to ruin it, it is white people. It's ours to ruin.
It's not white people's country.
Just as much as it is yours.
Exactly. It's all of our country, and there's more of us than there are white men.
Who is us?
Everyone that's not a white man.
Yeah, but white people could do that racial preference. Like if I said there's more of us than Mexican men, and I included black men, Asian men, Filipino men.
The point that I'm getting across.
White's a race?
Yes, white people. Yes, that's a race.
I thought it was race is a social construct, though.
Yes, and there's 5 socially acceptable races that we use here within the United States. The point that I'm getting across, there is more people that are not white men in America than there are white men in America.
But they're still the largest demographic.
No, they're not.
Oh, what demographic has a larger population?
Women, white women. There are more women in the U.S. than there are men. There are more white women than there are white men.
Oh yeah, I was just referring to white people.
I'm not. And see, that's the issue that you guys have, because the point that I'm getting across, for some reason, you guys don't think that women are people. And so you guys, for some weird reason, always forget about white women. I'm only specifically talking about white men.
I love white women. I'll never forget about them.
Sure you do. Sure you do. Sure you do.
I love them a lot.
Mm-hmm. They don't seem to really like white men.
Wait, really? You think that?
Yeah.
On average, white people date white people way more than black people do.
You think so? What's the largest demographic in the US? I'm sorry, I apologize. What's the largest growing demographic in the US?
Fastest growing?
I'm sorry?
Did you say fastest growing?
Yep, fastest and largest growing demographic within the US.
Oh, it's a Latino, obviously.
It's biracial people. What is the only over the last 30 years?
I didn't think that counted, but sure, obviously.
Yeah. over the last 30 years, every racial demographic has seen an increase in their birth rates, except what group?
Asians. Are you talking about in America? Yep. Or just worldwide?
America.
Asians, Mexican, or Latinos.
Those aren't racial categories either. Those aren't racial categories. Hey, Robbie, you're saying a bunch of stuff that's not racial categories.
Yeah, so when it comes to population, the only group.
Don't worry about it. You don't know the answer. I'll tell you. White people.
The only group that goes up is black.
White people is the only racial category within our country over the last 30 years that has not seen an increase in their population.
Qualifier.
And no, there's not qualifiers. That was the question, but you're not listening.
The question's relating to birth rates.
Yes.
And all birth rates are decreasing in this country.
No. Oh,
Besides
I said over the last 30 years, Robbie.
Yeah, that's what that qualifier changes things, doesn't it? What about the last 10 years, last 5 years?
I said the last 30 years. That was the question. No one said for you to make up your own time frame. It's again, the last 30 years.
Timetable. That's not true.
The last 30 years, every racial category except white people have seen an increase to their birth rates. Now, when you couple that with
we should be protected
fastest,
then,
can I finish what I'm saying? When you take a look at the actual fact that the fastest growing demographic is biracial people, and then you also couple that with the fact that white women, for the first time within U.S. history, are now graduating college and getting entry-level positions at the same pay rate for the first time ever as white men. And last but not least, the average age for white people is getting older. Everyone else, again, because of the growing demographic, everyone else, their average age is younger. The average age for white people in the U.S. is getting older because they're not having babies, because white women aren't having babies with white men because they don't like you guys too much.
So this is just a problem with data analysis, right? So
tell me what's the problem.
Yeah, so you say like white people are a shrinking population and their other groups are growing. That means that white women are opting to breed.
You said breed. Holy fuck! No, we're talking about
population.
Yeah, we're not talking about breeding.
You literally talked about population.
Yes, I didn't say anything about breeding. Like that's why white women don't like you, right there.
Very important.
Because you're fucking weird. Having kids is not quote unquote breeding. Like that's fucking weird. That's why white women don't like you, right there. right there.
We're talking about 100 million people. It kind of is.
No, it's not.
Okay.
You fucking, again, that's why I said you forget about white women. You guys don't look at white women as people, and you sit here and wonder why white women don't want to have your kids. Like, that's it right there.
No, I never said that.
No, I said it. White women don't want to have your kids.
Yeah, and your evidence was that our population is shrinking.
No, my evidence is you. You're like literally white women repellent.
Oh, this guy just ad homs over and over again. White women repellent.
Yep.
Yeah. So when it comes to a data analysis, you're saying that it's called a correlation fallacy. You're saying since this is true because of this. There's tons of factors that go into why birth rates are declining when it comes into what demographics are increasing. And I think it was interesting how you said biracial was the most growing demographic. When I listed a different demographic, you go, well, that's not a race. Either is biracial. So that was an issue with your claim.
You're right, but it's already been announced that biracial people are going to be listed as a racial category with the next census, so they're officially making that change. So while at this point you're absolutely right, it's not quote unquote a race, it is getting ready to be a recognized race within our country. So like, it's happening.
Well, you don't know if that's a guarantee. That's not guaranteed. Right?
Yeah, but we know for us, the reason why I brought up and I said that's not a race is because I know the difference between race, ethnicity, and nationality. And you sitting here saying Hispanic people, I know for a fact that that's not a race. That's what I'm saying. Even though biracial people aren't classified as a quote unquote race, but they're not classified as an ethnicity or a nationality either.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, you just it's a logical fallacy to say this is because of this. I 100% agree that the birth rates are declining and that the demographics are changing at different rates. But to say it's because white women have a preference for like dark-skinned men, the data doesn't show that. The data
I didn't say anything
the dating
about having a preference for dark-skinned men. You're again like, stop.
No, you literally said the argument that I've heard from you and tons of other people on this app is we're stealing all your women.
I didn't say that.
You disagree with that claim. You disagree with them.
I didn't make that claim. I made the claims that I made.
Do you agree with them, or yes or no?
The claim that I made is that white women don't like you. That's the claim. Engage with my claim. My claim is white women don't like you.
As a white person or just me?
Me. At first I would have said in general because I don't know you, but I'm pretty sure they don't like you, period, because I've been talking to you for a while and like nobody seems to like you. Like, I can tell.
I guess
something's happening with your volume. Like, you cut out.
Yeah, I guess, but like, do you have like any arguments?
Argument for what? You keep cutting out. You were trying to make a point.
Yeah, I was just explaining how like you made a correlation fallacy and what you said wasn't true, and there's no stats to back it up.
I will give you that it was an educated correlation. I don't think it was a fallacy. I will give you that it is a correlation. I am inferring based off of the data that I can review that this is the logical conclusion. So I can't be 100% sure in my conclusion, but I'm pretty firm in the statement that I made. At the very least,
not accounting for tons of metrics.
At the very least, the one statement that I can make that's not a correlation is there's been a decision by white women to have less children with white men.
And you think that's unique to white women?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just.
I mean, the reason why I say it's unique to white. The reason why it's unique to white women is because, again, other races birth rates have increased, and white women are having children with other races at a higher clip. So again, it's unique to white women.
Whoa. You said, so just to be clear, you said white women are having kids with non-white men at a higher clip than white men?
No, then
or just then
before.
Before.
Yeah, before.
Oh, okay, for sure.
Yeah.
But when it comes to okay, yeah, how much did you account for immigration in your little thesis there?
What premise?
Well, you're saying that since the 30-year birth rate for, I'd be willing to bet the 30-year birth rate for Asian American is not up. Be willing to bet.
Mm-hmm. You can go look it up.
Would you wager? Do you wager?
No, I don't.
Like
I think that's a stupid bet. Yeah. I mean, like, if you want to go look it up, you can.
Well, if you think
I don't think that has anything to do with the point.
Well, you would agree over the last 10 years. So what about a 5-year time tip?
I think you'd
agree over the last 10 years that birth rates are
too short of a period to actually have a sample set. I also don't think that it necessarily has anything to do with the overarching point. Because while I mentioned those, the focus that I've been trying to get you to lock in on is like the fact that white women aren't having children with white men. And now you're trying to get to a side mission where you can say, I bet you other people aren't having babies at high rates. Like I would.
That's true for every race except for
it's not
black people in Africa, I believe.
Again, it's not.
Literally every. Look at every country.
No. I'm not talking about countries.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about countries. I'm talking about the United States of America over the last 30 years. You keep trying to change the argument to try to figure out how you can explain your way out of it, but you can't. You literally fucking can't. You know what you need to do, Robbie? Instead of you trying to actually use your fucking microaggressions and hit me with underlining AAVE. I don't give a shit about that, Robbie. You got dog walked on everything.
It's not what I was trying to do.
That's literally what you tried to do multiple times.
That's not what I was trying to do.
You literally tried to do that multiple times, and I've already shown you I don't give a fuck about that. Now, what I am going to do, though, is going to thank a couple of people.
Well, you shouldn't.
Yeah, I shouldn't, because like you're mediocre as fuck. I don't care about what you do. W's in the chat for Marie for the $5 donation saying to the caller, because Santana, you already know what I'm about to say. I'm a white woman and I prefer to have relations with a cheese grater before this type of white man. We have far better options. You do. W's in the chat for Danny for the $1 donation saying, good morning. This chud maxing incel crybaby needs to get a grip. Women do not want white men, period. W's in the chat for Danny. W's in the chat for Amanda for the $5 donation saying there's no mansplaining as obnoxious and enraging as a mediocre mansplaining. Can you imagine what we could do if we had the same level of confidence? I'm telling women, I say this all the time. If you guys had just like even like 10% of the confidence as mediocre white men, you guys could take over the world. The W's in the chat for Lavender for the $1 donation sounds like Chase. No, he's not Chase. W's in the chat for Nikki for the $5 donation saying, how's this caller so bold and so ignorant? Most of the times they are. W's in the chat for Roanne for the $2 donation saying, the guests can't handle women don't want them. Like, I don't understand. If they just had like better personalities, then they would have a better chance. I mean, like, seriously, all you gotta do is get a better personality. W's in the chat for Sin for the $9.99 super chat to say, with the knowledge and practice, or the knowledge and patience you have dealing with these people and their lack of impulse control, I feel like you would be an amazing teacher. Also, congrats on the 100K. The momentum is up. I don't know. I always say that I don't think I could be a teacher, but thank you for that. W's in the chat for pocket full of, I can't see because the rest of your name's cut off. But thank you so much for the $5 super chat to say, tell this fool that actually Mississippi officially ratified the 13th Amendment into the U.S. Constitution, abolishing slavery on February the 7th, 2013. Exactly, in which the 13th Amendment didn't even end slavery, it just legalized it. W's in the chat for Trey for the $5 super chat to say he's clearly out of his depth. Texas literally separated from Mexico because the Africans in charge at the end of slavery and what is now known as Texas fought for them. Exactly. W's in the chat for Papa Willie for the $5 super chat to say white people gave us eugenics. Y'all are really cool for that. W's in the chat for all the donos, guys. If anyone else likes to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Guys, look up at the top. You see the word follow. You're not following me. We are officially on our way to 200,000 followers. 200,000 is fucking mind-blowing. We crossed 100,000 yesterday. We're on our way to 200,000. If you look up at the top, you see the word follow. You haven't followed me. Hit that follow button. Turn on notifications so you know when I go live. I go live every day. Different things all across the board. Follow me. I promise you won't regret it. All right, Robbie.
I'll follow you. I'll give you a follow. There you go. Sorry. Wait, can I respond to what you said before? If you thanks
Sure.
chatters.
Sure.
Yeah. So I'm pretty interested in the whole birth rate thing. That's why I have a little bit to say about it. And obviously not an expert, obviously. But I do think it is interesting that globally, every single country on Earth besides working countries are seeing the decline in birth rate. So I do think it is interesting to point out. You can say, well, that doesn't fit my criteria. Sure.
Well, no,
that'd be like saying Joe Biden crashed the economy and like, well, COVID-19.
I agree with you in the sense of like it being interesting, but even more than that, like I think the reason why it's interesting is because it's a great case for like allowing immigrants to come into our nation and being more welcoming of people. Like that's the only reason we're.
What do you think the number one reason is? What do you think the number one reason is for birth rates declining globally?
Life is so unaffordable. 1 second. T Greening, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background? Yeah, that's you, baby.
It sent a request. I didn't mean to join up, Santana.
All right, I'm gonna drop you down. Yeah, I think it's life is so unaffordable. People don't want to have kids. You sound far away.
Modernity. Dude, these stupid AirPods. I think it's because I'm messing with the case. How's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think obviously it's like a problem with modernity. There just seems to be a weird correlation with modern life and birth rates declining.
Yeah, I mean, like people are opting out of having children because like life is so unaffordable. And not only is it so unaffordable, but there's not the same type of incentives to have like the same family structure as in years past. So if I say this all the time to people who claim to be like pro-life, if you're truly pro-life, then you would take a position that would actually be that would incentivize people to have kids instead of just saying, oh, I'm just gonna say, oh, you can't have abortions. Like you should be investing in social safety nets, healthcare, paternity leave, things like that.
Would you be against like pro-natalist policy?
What do you mean?
Yeah, natalist policy would be like referring to policy that incentivizes your population to have.
No, I mean, again, I wouldn't be against it. I'm saying like if they truly wanted to increase birth rates, then they would lean into that.
Well, yeah, like you're saying like immigration is the answer. It's like, well, have we even tried like a natalist policy? Like, no.
Right, but we have immigration that we can address right in front of us directly right now versus that policy isn't even something that's on the board, right? The point that I'm getting across is Donald Trump is going after like mass deportation, but it would be way more beneficial to go after like mass amnesty instead of mass deportation. And then that would allow us to ensure that we're addressing our population crisis.
Why would a Republican strategist not want mass amnesty? They would never win an election.
Who's the last president to actually pass mass amnesty?
It was a bad man, a very bad man named Ronald Reagan.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a winning.
That was a mistake.
It's a winning issue as far as the actual meat of it. It's just that it's been politicized so much that it's so controversial because it's been like thrown into identity politics. Like, but if you look at the actual economic impacts of it, there's no negative economic impact. It's just
the billionaires want it for sure.
Well, not just the billionaires, but like people, like the people that have been here that have, and been a part of the country for so long that just have been living their lives. Like it's so many positive things, but it's one of those things that has been propagandized to the point that people don't really understand what it means if they get a bunch of people out or the mass amnesty. Like if there was, I heard, who was it? Someone was talking yesterday, and it's like if there was one thing that you would want to change or like like make happen or whatever with the elections, and it said make it so politicians can't lie. Like if people just had to tell the truth about the things, then like people would all get behind mass amnesty.
That just seems like some like fourth grade take on the world where it's like, well, if we all banned firearms, no one would ever get pew-pewed.
No. Give me one actual negative impact that mass amnesty would have to the country that's not related to identity politics.
Well, me personally, I just think diversity breeds conflict.
See, again, identity politics, one economic metric that would be negatively impacted by mass amnesty.
Oh no, obviously, like when you're talking raw GDP, and if you're
see, that's what I'm talking about. Like the actual beneficial things. People get it. People start talking about, well, like
beneficial to who?
To everyone.
Beneficial to who? Wait. When the GDP goes up, are you benefit? You benefit?
When you talk about having actual more taxes collected to improve social safety nets
no. I'm
and
not
give
talking about
services.
taxes. I'm talking about GDP.
No, I'm talking about the overall economic impact. You said GDP specifically.
That's what they're referencing. They're not talking about taxes.
No, I'm referencing the overall impact, the overall economic impacts. I don't know who they are. I'm talking about what I'm saying.
What economic impacts does mass amnesty have?
So if you go through the process of mass amnesty, you get to completely integrate people into society. So it's more than just the federal taxes that are being paid or the state taxes that are not state, but taxes on any type of goods that are purchased. You open up the door for additional things like bank loans, student loans, things like that. You increase the overall revenue for the country. And you stabilize a lot of the other issues. You can take away the loopholes that are used for like the people who currently lean on undocumented immigrants for cheap labor. So you would stabilize the actual pay rate for American citizens as well. So, because one of the big things is that American citizens are getting undercut by undocumented immigrants because undocumented immigrants are forced to work under the table with the threat of deportation. So you would help in multiple ways as far as increasing taxes,
legal
collecting
immigrants,
the financial benefits for not only those undocumented immigrants, but American citizens as a whole. So the point that I'm making is that like, if you do that, then it helps in multiple parts of the economy that would boost the overall life for everyone in the country.
Okay, so more tax collection really doesn't really matter to me. It's like what? So we can send more bombs to Israel. And then when it comes to the job markets, we've seen with legal immigration, H-1Bs have ravaged our tech industry. I don't know if you have any students in STEM, but
yeah, they have, but we don't have wait, stop it. We don't have the actual people to be able to support the H-1. The reason why we need those H-1B visas is because we don't have the students to continue to fill those positions. But also, that's the exploitation of capitalism. Oh, no.
STEM? Wait. For STEM, there's not enough STEM students.
Yes, we don't have enough people to pump into those positions yet. No, we don't.
Do you know any STEM students?
Yes, I do. Where are you getting that information from?
Yeah, my buddy who's a STEM student, he graduated.
I don't care about your buddy. I don't care about your buddy. I want you to tell me where you're getting the actual data from that says we have enough students to fill those positions today.
What position exactly?
The different positions that we fill with the H-1B1 visas, the different engineering positions, like those type of positions that we specifically have to get other people from other countries.
Oh, every single position? No, I'm talking about STEM.
I'm talking about the reason why we need H-1B1 in the tech field.
Yeah, so Elon Musk could undercut his American workers and staff his data centers with people who he can deport if he.
I mean, I agree with that point too. I'm just saying at this moment, we don't have enough people that we can fill out the positions across the board. That's what I'm saying.
Wait. So you disagree with Bernie Sanders when he said that the H-1B program is a method to undercut the American worker and replace them with foreign labor for cheaper?
No,
you disagree with Bernie?
I don't disagree with that. I agree. I'm just saying at this moment.
So we should end H-1Bs.
No, I didn't say that. Again,
you don't want to protect the American worker?
Robbie, fucking listen. I've said this like 5 times.
You've been talking 90% of the time.
We don't have enough people to fill those positions at the moment. There will be a point where we do have enough people to fill those positions.
Do you have a source for this?
That's literally what I just asked you for,
I know it's
Robbie.
frustrating, but
no, I literally just said, you said, yes, we do. I said, cool, give me a source. You said, my buddy that's in the STEM program. And I said, I don't care about your buddy.
How do you prove a negative? You think you get a source for a negative?
All
Prove
you have
that
to
something
do
isn't happening?
is all you have to do is find a source that says there is enough current people graduating from STEM programs to fill openings for the positions within the tech field. Find that.
Okay, so just to clarify what I'm looking for, if I found you something that said, I don't know, where are you getting students? We're talking about job market. What about current workers? Does that count, or only students?
How do you get more people into the workforce for like specialized
job
positions?
training
For specialized positions, like they have to go through like
for like nursing, you would do college,
college or certifications, right? So they would be students,
right? Yeah, but the market is but you're discounting all the people that are already on the market.
If there were already enough people within the market, then there wouldn't be a need to import workers. Are you making a claim?
What if it's cheaper?
Are you making the claim that there are enough people in the market currently to fill those positions? How to partner?
Yeah, obviously there are enough Americans.
Okay, then find me something that verifies that there are not enough Americans, enough trained professionals to fill the position.
You're assuming people wouldn't go get educated if we banned it, right?
I'm not assuming anything. I'm telling you, I'm speaking as far as where we are today. Like, that's been my entire point. I'm not talking about
where we are today. For example, like computer programmers are getting ravaged.
Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only one coin to boost the live, push us out to the FYP. Hi, Zoe. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background? Zoe, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Sorry, Santana. I'm not sure how I got up here.
All right, no worries. I'll drop you down. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background? The eyes. Where's Bully? Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background? Okay, drop you down. Debbie's in the chat for Elizabeth. Elizabeth sent a $2 donation saying, besides my husband, who's the only man I want, F those white men. Now I'm gonna enjoy my Asian noodle dish. You want some? I definitely do. Debbie's in the chat for Elizabeth for that. Debbie's in the chat for Nikki for the $2 donation saying, white woman here, white men are usually responsible for school shootings. Why would we want to reproduce with that threat? God damn. Debbie's in the chat for Caroline for the $5 donation saying, like, seriously, what's up with these people? I swear I'm printing that shirt/hoodie I mentioned yesterday. I felt my IQ shrink the last few days. Yeah, sometimes it's just like, you gotta tell them fuck off. W's in chat for James for the $2 donation saying, diversity breeds conflict and breeding. I'm a white man and claim no relation. People like Robbie are exactly why you're saying remove white men from power. This man is a clown. Sorry, Santana. It's all good. And like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like it's literally like you're putting it all on Front Street. It's fucking weird. It's fucking weird. It was all on Front Street. Debbie's in the chat for the donos, guys. If anyone else would like to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. Santana speaks for you is the best way to support the live. Everything is accepted. Anything's appreciated. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Only requests up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only requests up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you're friendly, tap the screen, share the live, send your daily heart me. It's only 1 coin. It will boost the live and push us out to the FYP. If you're over on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and you would like to debate, and the only thing that you have to do is click that link. You don't even have to leave where you are. You just have to click the link. I'm dropping it in the chat again. And if you just click it, boom, you come right up. So that's all you have to do. Let's see here. Yeah, Robbie's still in the request, but like talking to him was, it makes no sense. It makes no sense to keep that conversation going at all. So Robbie, you can leave. You ran. Sure I did, Robbie. Ran these nuts all across your face. Anyway, only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We are only looking for a debate. What up, Philip? So a couple other things that I wanted to make sure that I cover is what I was speaking of. Some people started talking about this, and it's the fact that there was a down jet. There's a down jet that was hit by Iran, and now they have been giving, they put out a message on Iranian television saying that if anyone finds that person, then they are offering a reward, which is crazy. But then it speaks to what I've been talking about, the fact that the actual reporting of like what's happening with the military members, howdy partner, it's been underreported and it's crazy. Hi, Matt. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
So not a Trump supporter, and I don't necessarily disagree. Just calling for a clarification. Like, meaning, are you saying remove all white men from power just on the basis of being white, or cut the military budget completely because it's not necessary? Or so I guess to clarify, what I'm calling for is I agree that all of those things on the back are very valid to an extent, but not radically. So
what's the limit of what you agree to then? I'm trying to understand that. Or do you think that there should be some white men that we leave in power?
Sure. So I think it should be judged based on performance, right? So just because somebody is white and in power does not automatically mean that they're in line with unjust and I guess wrong policies or wrong intent, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I agree 1,000% that the majority of, well, anybody that gets press in the U.S. As a white male leader gets negative press because, 90%. So it's very justified. There is a tremendous amount of reason why you have that on the banner, right? So I would say that the people that urged you or convinced you to put that on the banner need to be removed, but not everybody.
Okay.
Just on the base of being white.
Okay. So one, I'm not talking about all white people. I'm only talking about white men.
Oh, well, all right.
Yeah. See, and again, this is always something that's super interesting to me because like the white men come up here and they disagree with this and they always go to, well, you're trying to remove all white people, and they completely disregard white women, right? But the reason why I say white men, it's based off of a multitude of things. But the reason why specifically is because of the patriarchal system and the people who have held power. So like when you talk about there's some good ones or whatever, like I hear you, but if you look at the history of our country, where we are today is based off of the people that have had power, and the people who have had power have been on the left, they've been on the right, they've been independent. Like it's kind of hard to pick out the good ones versus the bad ones.
So let's just say, and I hear you, and it's, you know, like that whole man or a bear and all those things, like I guess to an extent, I totally agree that white men in America have a bad rap, and it's very justified that rap is there because of their performance, right? But let's say that you, the experiment was, let's take out all white men in power and replace them with whom?
Anyone
And
that's
what
not
does that
white.
look like? Okay, so you have to have, I would argue that would unjustly tilt all business, all of everything, right? Because if anybody in power, there's power everywhere.
Yeah, I'm specifically speaking to the people that actually have power to make legislation and like actually substantially benefit or impact our lives. House, Congress,
Yep.
Senate.
Yep.
I'm saying House, Senate, and presidency. Sorry.
So would you argue that would be a short-term fix or a final end all?
Yeah, I think it would be short term. I'm not advocating for the permanent removal. I haven't thought about like what the date would be, but it's just for a set amount of time.
Right. So for instance, I don't believe in, but let me say it all the way through before it cut me off. I don't necessarily believe in DEI, but I know that it's necessary because of the whole pendulum swinging, right? So men, white men, whatever it is that you want to talk about has had control for too long. So I believe in equality, period. We're just not ready for that yet. So we're not ready for equality because white men in power, to your point, already have too much, right? So I believe that there are people that need, there are classes and colors of people that need an advantage to equalize. So if we were just to say like,
wait,
today everything is
Matt,
equal.
why are you worried about dang it, Maxis Barbie, stop stealing my point. Why are you advocating for equality instead of equity?
What's the difference? And I'm not arguing, I'm just wondering what your definition is.
Sorry. Advocating for equality would say making things equal at this point for everyone. But that wouldn't fix the discrepancies that are already occurred. So like the fact that you're trying to put everyone on equal footing when people have been disenfranchised for hundreds of years doesn't give the same amount of possibility for progression. So by actually advocating for equity, making people whole, and so people are not only on equal footing, but they are brought to the same level in order for everybody to be at that same point, and then moving forward from there is more of a plausible stance. Equity is way more important than equality. That's why even when you talk about DEIA, it's diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility, not equality.
Yes. So I am arguing for equity, not equality.
Okay.
I believe after that first wave of equity, then you, like next generation or two generations down, then you argue for equality.
Well, if you argue for equity, then you don't have to argue for equality.
Well, right. But you just maintain with equality. You catch up with equity.
Mm-hmm.
Is where my brain is coming from, and that's why I say I don't think it's unfortunate that we have to live in a world where there is a need for equity and a need for DEI and a need for that. But that's what I'm saying, like, that there is a need for it. I just wish we weren't there. You know what I mean? I wish that we didn't need it, because I do believe that people should be equal. They're just not. People are disfranchised. People have a better start in life. People have better opportunities, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, but it's
You know what I mean?
So the DEIA premise is based off of historical disenfranchisement, not based off of like people just hitting like the genetic lottery, right? I mean, when you talk about the fact that Black people have been disenfranchised, women have been disenfranchised, people with disabilities have been disenfranchised. Like it's not just based off of you know, the fact that they weren't born into the right family in the right area or something like that. It's literally been a system that has actively tried to stop those different groups from being able to progress. And so destroying those systems is the most important thing.
So do you think, and I agree, but do you think that the systems are set up to hold people back or to advantage other people, and the I guess effects or the whatever disenfranchise people?
Combination.
Yeah. So
like if you
so
take a
you
look
would think
at
that
if you take
it's
a look
hate
at like
and greed,
redlining,
not just greed?
I don't think it's based off of hate. Like I think saying that it's hate reduces it to a point where like it's an easy cop out. So like when you take a look at redlining, right? The premise of redlining and the fact that it's based in ensuring that someone else, when everything is quote unquote equal, it's given to the person that is white instead of the person that is Black or whatever, in order to uphold whiteness in a specific area or for some other reason, whatever. And so like it's all in the furtherance of like white supremacy and upholding whiteness. So that's what it is.
So, and I believe that there is definitely something to be said with that. It's what's hard for me to grab a hold of and really understand is anything that involves something more than a basic greed, because anything on top of that, it needs organization and buy-in from all parties and no leaks and all the things, right? So, for example, I am the farthest thing from a Trump supporter, 180 from that. But I believe that if he thought that he would be in power and he would make more money and he would earn more as a liberal, he would do it. I think that it is 100% backed on greed and kind of nothing else, because everything else kind of complicates things. You have to convince other people that you're in bed with more and more and more. So I think a lot of this is greed, and I think that
that's called class reductionism, right? Trying to reduce it down to just the economic status. It's not just the economic status. It's more than that. It's deeper than that. It's, again, that's why I said it's white supremacy trying to uphold the idea of whiteness, right? And the thing is, like I talk about this when I talk about like trying to ensure that I am dealing with my internal biases as like a misogynist, because I'm a man. And so the only way that I can really deal with that is not just saying, oh, I'm just not going to engage in misogyny. Like you have to actively fight against it. You have to actively do things that are combating the negative things that you benefit from. And so complicity is complicity is God damn it, what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, being complicit is
compliance.
Complicity is compliance, right? And so even if you're someone who isn't actively engaging in these systems, if you're not fighting against those systems, and then you're benefiting from those systems, and you're allowing those systems to stand. So silence is complicity. Exactly, Marxist.
Right. Yeah.
Marxist, not Marxist. Marxist.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So you're probably looking for more of a debate. I'm loving the conversation, but I probably agree with you on everything. I was just looking at anything that's extreme, anything that is all or nothing, I don't think is obtainable and or just good, right? So I agree that I mean, I couldn't name you 5 white men in power that should stay per se. So I agree with you, but I think just the yanking off and pulling the Band-Aid off and taking all white men out of power just because they're white men, I don't think would be a solution that would benefit everybody.
Again, so I didn't roll the argument out fully with you because like you and I were just kind of talking, but it's not just based off of them being white men. It is based off of more, but I will say that it's not just solely based off of them being white men.
So like a merit based, like because you're also not a good person sort of thing?
No. It's based off of the history of our country and then taking a look at the impacts, and then you cross-reference that with key indicators and the fact that the patriarchal system exists. So like it's a myriad of things.
So how would you view something to the effect of based on percentage, that's what every corporation, every position of power should be? So like if it's 42% white men in America, that should be reflective in the leadership as well.
No.
Do you agree with that?
I think like I'm not advocating for like any other specific group as far as like I'm not saying like black people should be in charge or whatever. And like honestly, if we wanted to address the real issues that we have, and we wanted leadership that would address the real issues that we have, then we need to have leadership that worry about the most marginalized groups, not everyone else, right? And one thing that I liked about Kamala Harris, what she said, because they was like, oh, what are you going to do for black people? And she's like, I'm not going to specifically do anything for black people. But they didn't listen to the rest of the answer, where she talked about how if you targeted the most marginalized group amongst us, then a rising tide lifts all boat. If you can do things specifically that would help the least among us, then by product, you're going to help everyone else. And it's just going to benefit everybody, because if you can raise the floor, then everybody comes up. And that's the point that I'm getting across.
Right. I fully buy in. So like me, for example, I historically have, I don't know if I've ever voted for my on the surface best interest, right? But in a sense, I definitely have, because I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm a neighbor, so all of those things, of course, I'm voting for my best interest for society as a whole, right? So I agree.
That's why when people start talking about like, well, I voted for this specifically for this because of this, and I tell people all the time, we live in a society. Like no matter how good you can do as an individual, if the rest of the society around you is doing bad, it's going to catch up to you. So
right. Yeah. And even if it doesn't, what a shitty place to be, right?
Yeah. I mean, at some point, you know, you can only hold people down for so long until, you know, they're going to bring out the pitchforks. So you can scream, let them eat cake all you want to, and then your head end up in the basket. So
yeah, man. Yep.
Anyway, I appreciate you coming up.
No, man. Thank you for the conversation.
All right. Have a good one.
All right. See you.
Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Hi, Angela. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background? Angela, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background? Drop you down. Only request up if you're a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Hi, Joker. Are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
I do. I disagree with removing global presence.
Okay. Can you give me 2 seconds to say a couple of thank yous, and then I'll give you the floor?
Yes, sir. Of course.
Perfect. Thank you. W's in the chat for Julius for the $15 super chat to say, hi, Santana. Been a watcher for 4 months. Love what you do. After listening to the majority of this generation, more money needs to be invested in education. Big facts. Big facts. W's in the chat. Thank you for that. W's in the chat for Mike. What up, Mike, who sent a $2 donation? White male. I'm going to call into a politics debate show live. Host talks. White male. Have you ever... White male, all you've been doing is talking this whole time. What WTF are we doing? Yeah, it's crazy that like they come up here and they're like, why are you talking? Okay. W's in chat for Sandra for the $5 donation saying for Randy's nuts all over your face. Yeah. W's in the chat for Dallas for the $3 donation saying congrats on 100K. Thank you. Robbie has the gall to say that black people say that black people and should be thankful for ending slavery. I'm assuming that you were trying to say that black people should be thankful that white people ended slavery. It had to be the craziest take ever while listening to your stream. Much love. Yeah, listen, that's how they feel. W's in the chat for T for the $5 donation saying, all white men in power, even white women to the next degree, inherently have a leg up from racial injustices. Pull them out and let them know the demonstrative way their performance would add equity. So few would actually make it up in the back. Yeah, as a white woman. Yeah, like doing that would actually increase so many things. And it's not even about trying to be harmful to white people. Like it's just like, it would benefit. That's why I talk about like reparations would be so beneficial to everyone, right? Like it's crazy. W's in chat for Jack for the $10 donation. Much love to you, man. From a scared trans dude in Tennessee. Watching you and everyone else in the community gives me hope. And thanks for keeping me company while I clean my apartment. Well, absolutely, Jack. I appreciate the heck out of you. Go ahead and get it done. I know how it is, like clean and listen. I usually listen to lives while I'm like washing dishes and stuff. So I appreciate you. I love you. You are a part of our communities. I wish you much safety and protection. And just know that I got your back. W's in the chat for Jack. W's in the chat for all the donos, guys. If anyone else likes to support the live, you can do so. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Pay links in the link tree in the bio. Santana speaks for you. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat and I will read that out. Just like Tara. Sorry, guys. Pronounce Tiara. Tiara. W's in the chat for Tiara. Thank you for that. Who sent a $10 donation saying, Santana, you've done wonders for my mental health. A few weeks ago, I thanked you for your streams, getting me through my breakup. And the way that you read these big is extremely satisfying. Thank you. Thank you. And congrats on the 100K. Well, Tiara, thank you so much for being here. You are absolutely amazing. I'm happy to hear that you're in a better headspace, and that is a massive W for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Joker, I apologize. Floor is yours. Why do you disagree with removing U.S. global presence?
No, you're all good. You're all good. I just feel like the U.S. has such a strong communications network that we, rely heavily upon. I just feel like we also help our allies with our communications network. So I just feel like removing our global presence would seriously impact not only our ability to like judge and, convey other not resources per se, but other intelligence with our allies, that may hurt us in the long run.
Yeah, yeah. So when I say remove global presence, I'm not specifically saying remove the U.S. presence as a whole. What I am speaking to is the overwhelming military force that we currently have in every nation. I mean, in every country. I think that understanding that there is still a need to support our allies, having the ability to have defensive responses and to still be able to support different areas of the world is super important. But we have anywhere from 750 to 800 military bases globally, right? And then not only do we have that, it's the issue with since we are continuously adding to our military. Again, Donald Trump is now advocating for an increase in the military budget to 1.5 trillion in the 2027 year. That increase continues to rise global tensions. And so I think that it's a good thing to be able to support our allies and to have a responsive stand so we can have a defensive military. But I don't think there's a need for us to be in every single country as the overwhelming presence in every single country.
Okay, so then that was my apologies. I was thinking when I was reading the point, like you were talking about removing global presence, like, hey, everybody out in Germany, UK, just everybody come home and we're just gonna stay there. I'm sorry, I kind of missed.
No, it's all no, it wasn't. It's written to like kind of grab people, and sometimes it grabs people that agree with the overall premise. I just don't like to lay it out until I have a chance to talk about it. But yeah, I think that like saying that there are people that would advocate for like the abolishment of the military and complete removal of U.S. presence. I'm someone that believes in soft power, right? I think that if we actually invest more like in U.S. aid, the fact that the Trump administration cut so much funding to U.S. aid, where that's something that was overwhelmingly benefiting us. Like if we invest in those type of things while also investing in like our allyships and our partnerships, then we don't have to send so many people out of the country. Like if you take a look at what's happening, they passed legislation that is now allowing auto enrollment into selective services for people between the ages of 18 and 25. They're begging people who were put out of the army during COVID to come back. They extended that for a whole nother year because they didn't get enough people to re-sign up. And they increased the enlistment age from 35 to 42. Like they're desperate to get more people into the military, but that speaks to the fact that like our presence around the world is so massive that you have to keep feeding more people and more money into it.
Yeah, I definitely see, that aspect, and I'm adamantly against that. I really don't see a need in, constantly adding to a military that has already been so fruitful and so powerful over the course of years to keep adding pressure. Like I just don't see that. But yeah, I totally see what you mean. But I was just gonna use like one of our examples from like Mexico, whenever, like we used our intelligence in order to allow them to get rid of just a vicious cartel. Yeah. So, but if you're saying just in the census of like, hey, let's not just continue to like pour people out into these areas for no given reason, then yes, I fully support that, because that's
and I mean, like the fact that we are so present and powerful, it forces other countries to respond in kind, and like that's the issue that we have.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. So I'll go ahead and drop down. Then you clarified that point for me. Appreciate it.
All right, I appreciate you more. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter or disagree with anything on the background. We're only looking for some debates. If you are a Trump supporter, hi Jay. Hi Jay, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background? Okay, I think that's a baby. I think that's a whole baby. That sounds like that might have been a whole baby. That's a baby, baby. It's a baby, baby. Hey guys, look up at the top. If you see the word follow, you're not following me. Hit that follow button. Hit that follow button. Looks like we've gotten 152 new followers on this stream. We are on our way to 200,000 followers. If you have not followed me yet, hit that follow button. Turn on notifications so you know when I go live. I go live every single day. Different things. Debbie's in chat for Samantha for the $10 donation send. I'm for reparations, but how does that benefit all? Yeah, Samantha, the reason why I say that, right, is that the way that I look at reparations, and people for some reason think reparations is just money. I have 4 basic principles for reparations. One, yes, of course, money, but 2, tax incentives, 3, land, and number 4, education incentives. Those 4 things are the basis of any reparations package. And the point being is, by giving this to the marginalized groups, and I'm not just talking about Black people, I'm talking about indigenous people. Indigenous people have never truly been made whole for like what this country has done to them. So they deserve reparations as well, and not like $1,000 monthly stipend. But indigenous people, Black people, and hell, even like some of the people that are being caught up as far as the harm that's being perpetuated by ICE, any marginalized group that has been negatively impacted by what this country has done that does not have access to whiteness, right? Because if you got white privilege, then boom. But anyway, you give those people reparations based off of those 4 principles, and they actually pour into society, kind of like what I was talking about when you do like mass amnesty. If you actually do things that's going to benefit those individuals, they pour back into society, and they improve society as a whole. Reparations that's going to get more generational wealth, that's going to create more people that go into like these specified fields. We can get more doctors, more scientists, like all of these other positive impacts would come from that. So while and even if, let's say, you're someone who is a white person and you're a business owner, well, hell, now you got more potential clients, right? More people that have more money, more resources, all this other stuff. So it literally, you pour into those people and they pour into society, and it uplifts society as a whole. So that's it. W's in the chat for Cheryl. Cheryl sent a $5 donation saying, I've been watching your debates for a while now. You never fail to educate. We'll be putting your Jubilee segment on YouTube for, will I be putting it on YouTube for international followers? Best wishes, Cheryl. Yeah, I will. I'm so excited about it. Guys, if anyone didn't hear, they officially gave us the date and they made the announcement. The Jubilee episode that I am going to be on is coming out on April the 12th, Sunday, April the 12th. So it's not this Sunday, but next Sunday. And we'll watch it live. They'll be putting it on their YouTube Sunday, April the 12th. And they did give the title, so I can officially announce the title. The title is Surrounded: 1 U.S. representative versus 20 Americans. Yes, I got an opportunity to actually debate with a sitting member of Congress, someone who actually has political power. That person went one-on-one with the great one. Yeah, it was pretty cool. That's why we were in DC. That's why we had to film in DC, because it was with a sitting politician. But yeah, as soon as it comes out, they sent us some stuff that we're going to be able to connect and link and all this other stuff. So it's going to be pretty dope. Debbie's in the chat for Eugene, who sent a $4.99 super chat to say, love your lives. It was really nice watching somebody intellectually destroy these people's arguments every day. It's not hard. I promise you, I'm not that smart. They're just not that good at it. They're just not that good at it. Yeah, I can't tell you guys who it is, because they haven't said that we can officially say who it is yet. But you guys can guess. If you guys want to guess who I debated in the chat, I won't say who it is, but yeah. For 45 minutes for what, baby? What I miss? Okay, I got it. Yeah, you guys can guess. I just can't say who it is. I can say it definitely wasn't Trump. I would have obliterated him. Let me see. Let me go to their page. Let me see if they put anything else out yet. Hold on. Okay, they haven't put anything else out just yet. Yeah, so I still can't say who it is. I have not seen the name yet. Yeah, no, I haven't seen the name yet. I'm looking through the chat and you guys haven't guessed the person. So yeah. You guys have not guessed the person, but it was pretty dope. It was pretty dope. It was pretty dope. Can you say if they're a Dem or Republican? I cannot say that. The only thing that I can tell you is they are a sitting member of Congress, which means that they're either a current member of the House or a current member of the Senate. That's the only thing that I can say. They're a current member of the House or a current member of the Senate. So that's all I got. I can't wait for it to come out though. Hi, are you a Trump supporter or disagree with something on the background?
Yeah, I'm a Trump supporter.
Okay. What do you disagree with on the background the most? Where you like to start?
Cut the military budget.
Okay. Why do you disagree with cutting the military budget?
Because that's just dumb, bro.
Okay. Can you
Like-
please not use DUMB? That's an ableist term, but can you give me your reason why you think that we shouldn't cut the military budget?
Yeah, I mean, if you cut the budget, then it's just not good, you know? Keep the military in great power so we can take over the world, you know? No more survivors, no more Mexicans, no more Asians.
Anyway, so yeah, I can't say who it was yet, but it was super dope. The one thing that I can say is, as you guys know, like with Surrounded, not everybody gets a chance to get up there and debate. But I did. I was actually shocked with the amount of people that didn't get an opportunity. But even though I did get a chance, I don't know if it'll make the cut. So I'm interested to see what happens. I don't know if I'll officially make the cut or not. So we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, guys, we are rounding out at 3 hours. I'm going to stop it here because I actually have something that I have to get ready for. And I think I'm going to be back on later this evening. But I got something that I have to do. And so we're going to cut it short this morning. But I'm pretty sure, unless management says we're going to do something else, I'm pretty sure I'll be back on this evening. Trump is currently considering replacing Tulsi Gabbard. I made that bet yesterday, and maybe I shouldn't have made that bet. Maybe all of you will forget that we made a bet. As a matter of fact, I'm sure like you guys will be willing to forget our bet, right? No one's gonna hold me to that bet, right? Really, Cody? You guys. He said you recorded it. I want my dollar. No bullshit. Like yesterday, after I got off live, one of the first things I saw is Trump is considering replacing Tulsi Gabbard, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I could not believe it was like one of the first things that I saw after I finished the live yesterday. I said, "You guys to be one of the most stupid." I was like, "What?" It felt like a setup. It felt like a setup. Somebody set me. You guys set me up. You all set me up. That's what it was. I'm blaming you. It's your fault that I made that bet. Boom. It was like, it wasn't even an hour after I got off live when I saw that. It wasn't even an hour. I was like, what in the world? You know, you want your dollar. Y'all are so fucking petty. Y'all are so petty. Also, if you missed it, we did throw something on the grill yesterday. We threw something on the grill. I told you once we hit 100K, we're gonna throw something on the grill, and we did that. We had some steak. It was really good. So, and someone in the Discord was like, "Oh, we need to do like a official meetup or whatever. We do something together." I said, maybe at 200,000. Maybe at 200,000, we'll do like a meetup or something. But we got to get to 200,000 first. So we got to see how that goes. If you look up at the top, see the word follow. You're not following me, hit that follow button. Hit the follow button, turn on notifications, you know when to go live. You missed it? You know why you missed it? So when I hit 100,000 yesterday, it gave me an option like to create this board or whatever. And so I created this board. If you follow the board, I can post like announcements and stuff. And so I was posting announcements and telling people like, hey, getting ready to throw something on the grill, and people that saw the actual announcement came into the live, and we sat and ate and talked and had drinks and everything together. It was fun. It was fun. So Zoom call, we can cook our own. Maybe we'll do something. We'll do something. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna we're gonna hold on. Hey, Albert.
Yo, Santana.
Say something smart.
2x.
What
2x equals 4. Figure it out.
And you think that I'm supposed to believe you're the real Albert Einstein?
Do you okay, wait, I just want to get this straight. Do you think the earth is flat or do you think it's round?
I think it's a sphere.
Okay, you're correct. I just wanted to make sure you weren't delusional. There's a lot of delusional people out there. Do you believe in
it? Do you believe in hollow earth?
Santana, I'm just gonna agree with you on that. I don't know what that is.
Do you believe in the ice wall?
No, I don't. No. Do you?
Do you believe that Black people can sustain their life off photosynthesis?
What the fuck? Is that for real?
You go look up FBA. They think that chattel slavery, like the transatlantic trade slave, didn't happen. And they think that Black people were here in the Americas before indigenous people. And like it's a whole bunch. They also think that if they make it to the proper level, that they can just go outside and absorb sunlight and never have to eat or drink ever again.
What the hell? That makes zero sense.
Yep. That's people.
That's only for African Americans, they say.
It's for FBA. That it's a whole thing.
What's FBA? Sorry.
Nope. I'm just sending you down a rabbit hole. You got to figure that one out yourself.
Oh fuck. I should know this shit. I'm Albert Einstein. I probably have a higher IQ than.
You need to go find that out. You go on your FBA journey. Go figure it out. All right, we're gonna get out of here, guys. We'll be back. And no, Albert, you can't come back. You got to go down your own rabbit hole. And nope. We got to get out of here. We'll be back later, guys. Let's go.
You stepped in the box. Now you're in the ring.